I'm building a city in the desert. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 126. Expansion of the medicinal materials base. We will plant 20,000 mu of grassland in the spring. We will add another 10,000 mu in the summer. We must have 40,000 mu of grassland by the end of this year. The grassland will continue to go west. By the way, the road to the grassland must also be built. This time, the grassland must not only repair the road, but also build some public toilets and tourist attractions. Now the seeds of the grassland are not a problem. As long as Jiang Chen's grass seeds can be planted, the grass seeds Jiang Chen harvested can at least plant 40,000 to 50,000 mu of land. Of course, Jiang Chen will not plant so much now. Because if he plants too much, his cattle and sheep on the farm will not be able to keep up, which will lead to waste. These green grasses are also very expensive to manage, and there is no income. However, Jiang Chen now has a travel company. The travel company organizes internet celebrities and people from nearby to travel to the grassland on a small scale. Tourism can make a lot of money, but tickets plus food and water, so far it can make about 70,000 to 80,000 a day. This money can completely cover the daily maintenance and planting of the grassland. No, if the grassland is managed alone, the people will get less dividends at the end of the year, and everyone's enthusiasm is not high. Let's do this, merge the grassland into the travel company. In the future, the grassland will rely on tourism income and selling grass to fill its own operations and expansion. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen called Zugu and Weilong directly. After the two came, the door of the house opened and a cold wind blew in. Sit down, I have two things to announce today. After Weilong and Zugu sat down, they couldn't help rubbing their cold hands. The weather in this desert countryside is very cold. Boss, what's the matter? Zugu blew on his hands after he finished speaking. From now on, the grassland will be assigned to the management of the travel company. Wang, from now on you will take over the grassland. By the way, now I have an urgent task for you. Our grassland will expand by at least 20,000 acres after spring comes. Here is the planting map I drew, and I designed several main roads. Later, you can design some more small roads according to the needs of tourism. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he handed the construction map of the entire grassland he planned to Weilong. Weilong took the map and looked at it. He pointed at the road and said, "Old classmate, you can't get hundreds of millions to build this road. Now the road in the grassland has only been built to the Desert Prevention Institute. It will be a big project to build it further. I will allocate 300 million yuan to you. You can go to the county to ask for the rest of the money. Our grassland is a development zone. You can ask them for money. With our 300 million yuan, you are only responsible for building those tourist attractions and toilets." Jiang Chen is now firmly controlled Liboli and in our group. Now the province has made great efforts to support the development of Delane village. Especially now that the grassland in Delane village has been reported to Beijing. Only this year can the grassland area double. At that time, Beijing will give them a grant from the province, which will definitely not be in the unit of more than 10 billion. Okay, if it is really not enough, my travel company still has a little money. It can be fixed for you more or less. After Weilong finished speaking, he happily took the map and left. Now his travel company is making a lot of money. At the end of this year, he can get at least hundreds of thousands of dividends. Of course, each of the workers who worked with him could get at least 10,000 yuan. Now if the grassland area is expanded, it can also organize some tourism projects. Apart from other things, even if he builds some small trains for children in the grassland, he can make tens of thousands a day. Zugu looked unhappy after Weilong left. His job was given to someone else for no reason, and no one would be happy about it. "Boss, what should I do?" Zugu said reluctantly. He didn't know how to explain to the people when he returned his Hukan. Now, each of them no longer represents themselves. They represent the entire village behind them. Just like Zugu represents Hukan, the tens of thousands of acres of farms in charge of his father-in-law represent the people near Tazadu village. The pepper factory represents people from another village. I have more important work for you now. Next year we will be able to harvest some herbs. All our herbs are supplied to Sesi Pharmaceuticals. So this year I decided to increase the planting area. After the new year, we will expand the planting area of herbs to 2,700 mu. In addition, the apricot garden will also be handed over to you as a medicinal material base. At the end of the year, the income from the herbs will be used to expand the area. I will use half of the desert subsidy for growing herbs to pay wages and bonuses. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zugu became happy. Zugu's request was very simple. First, he wanted to be the manager. Because only if he was the manager, he could let his villagers to work. Second, that is, to guarantee their wages and bonuses. If Jiang Chen is willing to give them bonuses and wages from the land subsidy given to them by Sesi province, then this means that as long as they grow the herbs well, no matter what the income is, their wages and bonuses will be guaranteed regardless of drought or flood. Okay, I'll organize everyone to expand the medicinal material base in this spring. Zugu said excitedly, and Jiang Chen bought the expansion map of the medicinal material base and marked several fork roads. Don't be idling the winter, contact the engineering team now to repair the road to the medicinal material base in advance. No matter who comes to buy herbs in the future, we can organize the people to go to the medicinal material base as soon as possible. We can also transport the purchased herbs out of the village smoothly as soon as possible. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zugu nodded. But then he shook his head again. Boss, our medicinal herb base has no money in the account now. Jiang Chen established a financial company. Now almost every company will have a special accounting management department in the financial company. If these departments of yours have no money in the account, it will be difficult for the financial company to allocate money to you for additional construction. It doesn't matter if there's no money in the account. I will say hello to the live broadcast company later and prepare some money for you. You also go to Chushiksen and ask them to pay half of the money. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zugu took the things and left happily. Today, he can manage a part of Delane Village's industry, and he can ensure that the people of Zoo Village can earn money in Delane Village safely. There is also the road construction. Now the province attaches great importance to the medicinal materials industrial park. The county also attaches great importance to it. The last time Li Bolian came to inspect, Chushiksen made a solemn promise to them. In the future, their medicinal materials base will definitely become an important part of Delane Village in the future. So the village will give the money for road construction very readily. After sending the two people away, Jiang Chen called Luguin again. Luguin is now in charge of the breeding farm, one of his economic lifelines. If the breeding farm is not well managed, then the expansion of his Mission Hotel and Delane Village Mutton Restaurant across the country will stop. If Mission Restaurant and others stop, it means that Jiang Chen's vegetable base will also die. Then Jiang Chen's grand wish to enter the desert and return to Mixi Town will be shattered. It's time to talk about expanding breeding. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and more than an hour later, Lupin came to Jiang Chen's office next to the apricot garden. With a creak, the door opened. A cold wind blew, and a huge figure entered the room. Hey, come and have a drink. I don't know how long it has been since I last drank. After Ludwig said this, he put the dishes in one hand and the bottle of wine in the other hand on the table. Chapter 127 Urbanization starts from the farm. Jiang Chen hadn't eaten lunch yet. He had been busy planning the desert and grassland this morning. Then let's do it. Jiang Chen opened the drawer and took out 2 cups. Whenever Jiang Chen's thoughts were divided, he would drink some wine. Lupin opened the bag of vegetables, and Jiang Chen unscrewed the cap of the wine bottle. He poured a full glass of wine and drank it, and the two of them started eating with the food. Jiang Chen, if you didn't come to me today, I would have wanted to talk to you. After drinking a glass of wine, Jiang Chen's whole body warmed up. Yes, it's time for us to talk. Jiang Chen unbuttoned his buttons and took off his down jacket. He picked up the wine glass and filled 2 more glasses of wine. Hey, you never thought that I would stay in the village after graduating from university, right? I never thought that I would actually build a big business in the village. The pressure is so great now, and we are still so young. We rely on our courage to do everything. We have no experience and no experience. Whatever we do is controlled by others. After Ludwig finished speaking, the man who controlled one of the lifelines of Delane Village in his 20s suddenly looked much older. Alas, we are all forced to come here. What if we don't do it? Especially now, we can't say that we are under great pressure and we won't do it, right? Think about it. To be honest, I can earn hundreds of millions a year from live streaming now. Of course, even if I don't do anything now, I can make enough money from this year's live streaming to last me for several lifetimes. Of course, you are not short of money now. At the end of this year, I asked the accounting department to calculate it. You can get at least 1.7 million in dividends. You need to work for a few more years, and you will have enough to spend. We are all doing this for the people in our area, right? Look at the people in our area, how hard their lives were in the past. They had no money to see a doctor when they were sick. The older generation was afraid to go to the hospital when they got sick. Look at those children, how many children were admitted to good schools, but they didn't have the money to go. Do you think they deserve to be abandoned by this world? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Lubin remembered his school days. He was admitted to university that year, and he was very happy. But when he got home, he hesitated, and he didn't dare to take out the admission letter. Because he knew that once he took out the notice, it would mean that his younger brothers and sisters would no longer have the possibility of studying. He hid the notice under the table, and it was finally taken out by the dog. His father sat in the yard for a long time smoking a pipe. That day his father called his younger brother and sister to the yard. They killed a chicken at home for the first time and let his younger brothers and sisters eat it with smiles on their faces. Later, he still went to college, but his poor brother went to work at a construction site in the county before finishing junior high school. His sister got married when she was a teenager. Whenever he thought of this, Lubin couldn't stop crying. He always felt that if it weren't for him, his younger brothers and sisters would not have lived such a hard life. Of course, now he is back. After he became the general manager of the farm, he immediately called all his younger brothers and sisters and brother-in-law to work at the farm. Yeah, how can we live for ourselves? Lubin said and drank the wine in the glass in one breath. I want to build a building, an office building that is taller than any building in the city. After taking a sip of wine, Lubin looked at Jiang Chen with red eyes. I don't want to listen to those people from William Restaurant complaining about this and that anymore. They said our place is shabby, we don't even have an office, and we are just a bunch of peasants. Damn. Do we need that money? The last time the provincial government came to inspect, we didn't even have a decent place to greet guests. This time I must change. I don't want everyone who comes to my place to discuss business to point fingers at me. They should never pick on me like they treat inferior people. After Lubin finished speaking, Jiang Chen also drank the wine in his glass in one gulp. Build. Does our Delane village still lack money? No. But our village is so shabby that people always look down on us. If you want to build an office building, I will give you money to build it. You don't have to hand over the money you earn this year. You can expand your business and build an office area by yourself. Anyway, as long as you don't embarrass me, it's fine. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and the drunk Lubin took out a plan from his arms. He deleted and revised the plan countless times. Look, this is my future country. Within 2 years, I want every inch of land in my breeding farm to be full of cattle and sheep. Within 5 years, I will cross the entire Delane Mountain. From now on, Delane Mountain is my pasture. After Lubin finished speaking, Jiang Chen saw Lubin's grand blueprint. It was a place that enclosed the entire Delane Mountain along the industrial avenue to the north. Lubin also planned a very large commercial and residential land next to the industrial avenue. There was a planned very tall office building, a parking lot, and a canteen and dormitory for employees. There is even a school for employees' children on the main road. Lubin is not short of money, he is short of land, and he is not short of employees. He sells the best beef for 2,700 yuan per pound. Apart from the beef suitable for steak, the rest can also be sold for 300 to 400 yuan per pound. His mutton has been sold for 300 yuan per pound, and he has signed an agreement with Liang Jianwei of Delane Village Mutton Soup. Next year, he will sell at least 2,000 sheep to Delane Village Mutton Soup restaurant every month. He can make a lot of money just by selling cattle and sheep, not to mention that he also has native chickens and pigs. His pigs are supplied to the entire Michelin restaurant at more than 40 yuan per pound. His chickens are sold at least 200 to 3,000 per day to Michelin Hotel. So Lubin is not short of money. Old Lu, your dream will definitely come true. Jiang Chen handed the design drawings to Lubin and patted Lubin on the shoulder. Delane Village should also have its own urbanized side. If Delane Village is to be urbanized, then the first thing to stand up must be the breeding farm. Because the employees of the farm are fixed, they need to go to work every day. I will achieve this goal within a few years. After Lubin said this, the two of them drank another cup. In the evening, Jiang Chen went to the pepper factory again. The pepper factory has completed the hardening of the land, and now the factory building has been built. So even if it snows, it will not delay everyone from decorating the factory and installing various equipment. After inspecting the pepper factory, time passed in a blink of an eye and the year was over. Seeing that it was New Year's Eve, many people were still at work. Because of the arrival of New Year's Eve, the New Year's Eve dinner was the most important meal for everyone. At this moment, Michelin Restaurant and Michelin Hotel had booked even a small table for the New Year's Eve dinner. So all the people in Delane Village were not idle. During the day, everyone went into the greenhouse and the desert fruit and vegetable base to pick things. They picked boxes of vegetables, loaded them on a truck and sent them to Shangjing and Dichang. Until the evening, when the last truck of vegetables and the last few trucks of cattle, sheep, pigs and chickens were transported away, the new year of Delane Village arrived. In the evening, all the people went to the parking lot outside Delane Village to wait. At this moment, the parking lot of more than 50 acres was filled with round tables. Jiang Chen wanted to invite all the people in Delane Village to dinner. In the surrounding neighboring villages, as long as they worked for Jiang Chen, their whole family could come to Jiang Chen's place for dinner. Of course, all the lonely elderly people were also invited by him. The kitchen was very busy, and the idle women from several nearby villages came to help. The men who delivered the vegetables, cattle and sheep to the car came back and started to dress up again. They decorated the entire parking lot into a place of celebration with the strongest festive atmosphere. There were also cars of fireworks delivered to the parking lot as promised. Chapter 128 Sparks. As the night gradually fell, when the setting sun filled the sky, Jiang Chen and others walked into the large stage that was temporarily built. In the evening, people from the live broadcast base in Delane Village will present a wonderful evening party to everyone. Of course, what everyone is looking forward to most is not the evening party, nor the reunion dinner. Fellow villagers, good evening. As a village cadre, Chu Shixin was the first to go on stage to deliver a speech. Chu Shixin thought about the speech for 2 days and 2 nights. However, after he went on stage, he directly threw the speech. Okay, hello, village chief. After a group of people shouted, Chu Shixin cleared his throat again. Let me say a few words first. I want to summarize our village's efforts this year. After our efforts this year, our village has changed from a little-known desert frontier village to the most eye-catching development zone in our province. This success is inseparable from the hard work of each of us. In addition, we won't say too much nonsense. It won't delay everyone from watching the performances later, nor will it delay everyone from watching the Spring Festival Gala on time. So I'll make a long story short. The past is over, and the future still needs to be looked forward to. After our efforts this winter, we have obtained the construction permit for Delane New Village. After Chu Shixin finished speaking, Who's Yang reached out and pressed the remote control, and soon several permits appeared on the big screen. See. This is the construction permit, land use permit and other certificates issued to us by the county. After this certificate comes down, we will start building houses after the new year. Let's strive to let everyone live in a new house when summer vacation comes. After Chu Shixin finished speaking, soon, the people sitting at the table stood up and cheered. There is no doubt that this is the highlight they are most looking forward to in the evening. Children have access to education, youth have access to housing, and the elderly have access to medical care. In Delane Village, we will first solve the housing problem for everyone. Next year, we will solve the problem of children going to school for everyone. Within 5 years, we will solve the problem of elderly people seeing a doctor for everyone. This is the promise that our Delane Village Development Zone has made to every villager. Chu Shixin finished speaking, and even Jiang Chen couldn't help but applaud. How many times had he dreamed of living in a new house? To have a beautiful school, and then to go to a good hospital when he was sick. Now all this is getting closer and closer under his attention. How can he not be happy? Okay. We will definitely support you. After a group of ordinary people shouted, Chu Shixin looked at a group of leaders sitting in the first row. I'm done. Let's build a house after the new year. I will solve the rest within 5 years. Now please let our county magistrate Li say a few words to everyone. Chu Shixin finished speaking, and amid the applause of a group of ordinary people, Li Bolian walked to the podium. Standing on the stage, looking at a group of simple faces, and then looking at the modern agricultural base in the distance that was still lit up, Li Bolian suddenly choked up. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your hard work, which make my efforts not in vain. Since I came to Lonkan County, I have always imagined that one day Lonkan County will have several respectable enterprises. I also imagine that the people of Lonkan County will not have to suffer from hunger one day. However, it has been 3 years. I have seen too many people who have no money and can only lie in bed and wait for death because they are sick. I have seen too many people who go to school. Before he finished speaking, Li Bolian covered his face and cried. In the past few years, he knew that there were dozens of families who had been admitted to universities, but gave up because they had no money. Now those children are working as laborers on the construction sites in the county. They could have had a very bright future, but because of poverty, they have nothing. County Magistrate Li, don't cry, the old era is over. Now even if we sell everything, we will not let a student in Longjiang County drop out of school. That's right, in the future, as long as a child in Longchen County has no money after being admitted to university, I will donate my 1-year salary to help him. After he Montang shouted, Lubin stood up from his seat. If a place wants to develop, it cannot do without talents. If there are no talents in Longchen County, there will be no hope. Here, I will use all my bonuses this year to set up a foundation. As long as the children from poor families in Longchen County come out. As long as they can get into college, I will cover their living expenses and tuition fees. After Ludwig finished speaking, he was most touched by studying. If they were not really poor, his brother and sister would not have dropped out of school. I'd like to make a statement. I always believe that talent is the most important thing in the world. As long as it's our Longchen County, no. As long as it's a poor family in our Saxi province who was admitted to university, I will never let them drop out of school. All the tips from my live broadcast room today will be used as student aid funds to support poor students in our entire Saxi province. In addition, there are also provincial leaders present. Now, I promise you, I will broadcast a live broadcast every New Year's Eve party. No matter how much money this live broadcast earns, I will take it all out as a student aid fund. This year I don't have the ability to let the poor children in Saxi go to school. Next year we will strive to let the children in the neighboring province go to school. 10 years, even 50 years, 100 years later. I hope that because of the existence of our Delane Village enterprise, we can let poor children across the country go to school as long as they are admitted to university. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, many leaders and people shed tears. The ambition of Delane Village is about to move everyone in the live broadcast room. So at this moment, those who originally only watched but did not give tips in the live broadcast room also gave tips one after another. Everyone who can afford it, please donate. Those who have money, please donate more. Those who don't have money, please donate less. I'll take the lead and donate 50 first. I'll donate 100. I'll just donate a big rocket. Really, Delane Village is getting better and better under our eyes. Look how united they are. Not only are they united, they are also so loving. This is really a group of lovely people. Although they have experienced a lot of pain and suffering, they have fire in their hearts. Their fire will eventually light up the night sky of the border. And on the stage, after Jiang Chen made the promise, Li Bolian calmed down for a long time. In the past few years, I only hated my own ability and was unable to help them. But now it's different. You see, our Delane Village has ignited a fire, and a single spark can start a prairie fire. Next year our Delane Village will become even better. 5, 10, or 20 years later, our Delane Village may become what everyone wants to see most. So here I would like to thank our Z province for its unremitting investment in our Delane Village. I would also like to thank my best partner for his continuous persistence and hard work to make progress. That's all I have to say, and now please let Director White from our province speak. After Li Bolian finished speaking, Director White didn't want to speak, but at everyone's request, he walked to the podium. Autumn. I don't have much to say about that. I don't like to say or listen to official talk. Today I will bring you some good news. As the saying goes, if you want to be rich, build roads first. Some time ago, we approved all the roads in several development zones in Delane Village. Now we have planned a logistic space in the Delane Village Industrial Zone. Once this logistic space is built, all the things in Delane Village can leave Z province within one day. In addition, in order to facilitate the connection between our Delane Village and the outside world, our province has planned a highway from Lincha City to Delane Village. The highway is under planning, and it is not certain when it will be completed. But this road is already on the way. What our province can do is to build roads for everyone, and the rest depends on your efforts. After Director White finished speaking, he bowed to everyone and walked off the stage. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelas. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 129. We will carry on. After several people finished speaking, everyone looked at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen did not refuse, he took the microphone and walked straight to the podium. Thank you all for your efforts this year. Before the new year, I told everyone to follow me. I will not only give you wages, but also bonuses. Our bonuses have been urgently calculated by our financial department. Let's not talk about anything else, let's start distributing bonuses now, and after the bonuses are distributed, we will go directly to eat and watch the performance. After the performance, everyone will watch a reunion party together. When 0 o'clock sounds, we will set off fireworks. From now on, our Delane Village will celebrate New Year's Eve like this every year. As long as I am alive, we will work happily and work hard to live a better life. Now let's start distributing bonuses. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Song Yiqian walked to the podium and took out a list. Hard work will be rewarded. I declare the Delane Village bonus distribution meeting officially open. Now I will read the list, and whoever I read will come up to receive the bonus. After Song Yiqian finished speaking, she began to read the list. Let's start with the breeding company. Ludwig, the general manager of the breeding company, has a bonus of 1.73 million. Song Yiqian finished reading it, and in the eyes of a group of people who were super envious, Ludwig walked to the front of the stage and took a bank card. Now I announce that I will donate all of this to 15 million to the education cause of our Chen County. After Ludwig finished speaking, everyone applauded. Then Song Yiqian read out the bonuses of other staff. The breeding farm made the biggest profit this year. So even the lowest level workers each received a bonus of nearly 15,000. Time passed little by little, and when Song Yiqian finished reading the list and distributed the money, night fell. The canteen over there prepared the food and placed it on the table. As everyone was toasting, the sound of firecrackers rang around, and the New Year's atmosphere suddenly came out in the village. After dinner, they watched the performance. After the performance, everyone took their small stools and watched the Spring Festival Gala in front of the huge screen. Everyone couldn't remember how long it had been since they had gathered together to watch TV like this. Until the bell rang in the early morning. The moment the bell rang, hundreds of boxes of fireworks in the parking lot were instantly set off. The brilliant fireworks dyed the sky red. At the beginning of the new year, everything was renewed. Looking at the brilliant fireworks, Tang Yanqi held Jiang Chen's hand tightly. They held it very tightly. They looked up, their eyes full of the splendor of fireworks. After the new year, the ice and snow gradually melted. The originally dry Dilain River gradually hit some clear water. With the arrival of spring, everything revived. The tens of thousands of acres of farmland in Zhoushanu village farm turned green. The spring sunshine was getting warmer and warmer, and Dilain village began a great construction era. On the weekend, Jiang Chen took the lead in coming to the grassland. Whether Dilain village can double its output value in the new year depends entirely on the grassland. Zhou, can we start? Mi Pen looked at Jiang Chen from a distance and asked, and Jiang Chen nodded. This was the first live broadcast after the new year. After the live broadcast began, the camera quickly focused on the desert. Dear friends, good morning. Welcome to my live broadcast room. After the new year, our Dilain village has also started a new planting plan. Today our main task is to plant 100 acres of desert grassland seeds. If these grassland seeds can grow, it means that our desert grassland seed cultivation plan has officially succeeded. As long as our grassland seed cultivation plan is successful, it means that our Dilain village and even our entire Longo have mastered the method of desert control. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and at this moment, more than 100,000 people in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room were full of praise. Anchor 666, other anchors only broadcast like to make money. Anchors broadcasting like can bring the country to a new height. Anchor is great. If we master the method of desert control, then our country can really master the road to the western regions. If the past was the era of the ocean, now it is undoubtedly the era of the desert. Anchor, many Middle Eastern regions are particularly short of this kind of seeds. I hope you can go abroad and go to the world. After a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded to everyone. Yes, many countries need this greening technology now. The natural environment is becoming more and more severe. Deserts in many countries are becoming more violent. More and more land is being submerged by the desert. If we don't fight back, sooner or later our homes will be swallowed by the desert. So now studying desert control has become a major development plan for many countries. In our country, we have been developing methods to resist deserts since the last century. What we think most is how to block the expansion of the desert, and we have never thought about marching into the desert. But today it has changed. As long as the seeds of my 100 acres of land can germinate, we have already mastered the method of marching into the desert. It is possible that our generation will not be able to completely eliminate the desert. But as long as we have this method, our descendants will sooner or later turn all deserts into oases. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, many fans left messages. Yes, the best defense is offense. I hope we can really master this technology and stop letting foreign countries hold our necks. As long as we have this technology, it's time for us to strangle their necks. Don't be so optimistic. Even if we master this technology, this kind of seed can only plant a few thousand acres of land a year. It will take decades to eliminate the desert in our dragon country. Not to mention strangling foreign countries. Fighting the desert is really a long and arduous task. After a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen has already started to get busy. Even if it is a long and arduous task, we will move forward with it, Britain. Now we are going to start raising seedlings. Today we plant grass seeds, and tomorrow it will sprout tender yellow seedlings. So let's witness the miracle. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and at this moment his broadcast room has gathered hundreds of thousands of people. These people are not only Jiang Chen's usual fans, but also many people from various agricultural universities or desert-related research institutes. These people are not only dragon people, but also many foreign experts. They all followed Jiang Chen's live broadcast room after reading many papers from the Dilain Village Desert Prevention and Control Institute. Good, start raising seedlings. It's time for us to see what grass seedlings that can live in the desert look like. I have already started writing my paper, and you will be my mentor in the future. Haha, I knew that many students of agronomy were following the anchor. And after a group of fans finished talking, Jiang Chen had already brought the seeds to the greenhouse space in the west of the village. At this moment, spring had passed, and the tomato greenhouses covering more than 2,000 acres had been cleaned up. The land has been loosened, and we just need to sow the seeds, Jiang Chen said, and then he took the seeds and gently sprinkled them on the soil. After sowing the seeds here, Jiang Chen took the watering can and gently sprinkled water over and over again. In the live broadcast room, Mi Peng used the most professional shooting techniques to record the process of sowing seeds one by one. Because of the meticulous shooting, Jiang Chen's live broadcast room at this moment was like a recorded documentary. Time passed little by little, from morning to evening. Jiang Chen planted one seed field after another, and in one day, Jiang Chen planted nearly 15 acres of grassland. As night fell, Jiang Chen closed the live broadcast room. He made an appointment with everyone that they would gather in the live broadcast room on time tomorrow morning to witness the miracle of the desert. Chapter 130. Preparing for the establishment of a university. The next morning, not long after dawn, Jiang Chen opened the live broadcast room. At this moment, more than 300,000 people have gathered in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room. Most of these people are students from all over the country, and there are many research groups from various foreign universities who have just registered. According to incomplete statistics from Data Life, more than 20,000 people have registered to watch Jiang Chen's live broadcast from yesterday to this morning. Welcome everyone to my live broadcast room. Now it's time to witness a miracle. Jiang Chen stretched his waist and walked towards the west of the village. At this moment, the village has already had fireworks. In the past, most of the young people in the village had to go out to work. But after the beginning of spring this year, almost everyone stayed. So when passing by the village is particularly lively. In the morning, everyone carried hoes and went to the farmland in groups of 3 or 2. This scene has not been seen for a long time. The poplar and locust flowers in the village have also bloomed, and the fragrance of the flowers on the tree is intoxicating. Walking to the well in the center of the village, there is a stone mill in the dry well. Several old men were chatting under a tall stinking tree next to the millstone, and several big yellow dogs were playing at their feet. This village has preserved the appearance of Dilain village from generation to generation. So when walking in the village, countless fans remembered the childhood home that they could never go back to. Haha, this village really looks like the village when I was a child. It's just a pity that there are no people in the village where I came from now. The millstone and the ancient well, as well as the stinking tree and the poplar and locust tree, are the hometowns of most northerners. It's just a pity that everyone has gone to the city now, and the village has long become depressed. Seeing those people carrying hoes reminded me of my parents. The sun is so beautiful, and time seems to be so silent. The countryside is the beautiful memory of our generation. If I have the chance, I want to go to Dilain village to take a look. The old man lighting a cigarette at the door of the familiar thatched cottage, and a few big yellow dogs, are full of memories that can never go back. And after a group of fans finished talking, Jiang Chen had already walked out of the village. Arriving at the greenhouse space at the west end, dozens of people had gathered at the entrance of the greenhouse space. Among these dozens of people, there were Professor Qian from the Desert Prevention and Control Institute, who Jiang Chen was familiar with, and Professor Sunday from the Saxi Agricultural University. There were also many people he didn't know. Xiao Chen, let me introduce them to you. This is Professor Li from Longo Agricultural University, and this is Professor Guo from Nanhu Agricultural University. This is, when Jiang Chen arrived, Professor Sunday hurriedly introduced Jiang Chen. At this moment, most of the experts from Longo in agronomy were present. It can be said that even when Longo held an agricultural society, there were never so many top professors present at the same time. Hello, professors. Jiang Chen greeted them first. He had to build a good relationship with these people. Jiang Chen knew that these people were invited by Professor Sunday. With Professor Sun's ability alone, he certainly couldn't invite so many people. So the fact that these people could come must be the result of the joint efforts of the leaders of Saxi. And Jiang Chen's development cannot be separated from the leaders of Saxi. Apart from anything else, the 10,000-acre grassland planned by Jiang Chen would cost more than 1 billion just to build roads. These tens of billions of dollars were all saved by poor Sisi from all over. Hello? This time we are here to watch the reproduction of our desert grass at the request of Professor Sunday. We are also responding to the call of Sisi province in Shangjing. If our desert grass can be successfully reproduced, then it will also establish our longest leading position in the world in desert agriculture. So our Sisi province and Shangjing are going to jointly build an academic frontier base here. We want to keep our leading position ahead of the world. After a white-haired and bald professor finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at Chu Shixin next to him. What do you mean? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Chu Shixin whispered, "This is great news. I just received the news. Our Siksi province is planning to build a world-class desert agricultural university with our Delane village as the center. However, this matter has not been finalized. These people are here to investigate. Once the investigation is passed, our Siksi province will build this university. Once the university is built, it will be of great benefit to us. By then, we will not lack talents in farming. Not only will we not lack talents, but when there are so many young people gathering in our Delane village, our business will also be able to follow up. A place without young people is destined to be a dead place and a place that is destined to fail to develop." So Chu Shixin attaches great importance to this matter. He inspected the greenhouse several times before dawn. Then we have to keep these people. Jiang Chen finished speaking and performed hard. "Welcome all professors to our Delane village. Now is the time to witness a miracle. Wang Long, open the greenhouse." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Wang Long stretched out his hand and opened the door of the greenhouse. After the greenhouse was opened, a warm current rushed out of the greenhouse. A group of professors hurriedly followed Professor Sunday and others into the greenhouse. After entering the greenhouse, the land in the greenhouse of more than 10 acres has changed. The originally gray brown soil has turned into a piece of fluffy goose yellow. When everyone looked at the goose yellow covering the land, they were all excited. "Oh my God! Look! Success! We succeeded! This is the grass seeds we harvested last year, they can germinate." After Wang Long shouted loudly, everyone knew what this meant. If Jiang Chen only got the grass seeds from his grandfather and planted them in the desert, it can be said that even if he planted them to death, Jiang Chen might not be able to plant them in Xi town. But if the grass seeds harvested from Jiang Chen's grassland can be planted, it means that Jiang Chen's grassland will grow rapidly in multiples of cubic meters. This is really a miracle. Let's pick it up and take a look. After Professor Qian finished speaking, a group of professors gathered in a square field at the door. In order to facilitate the transplantation of the lawn, Jiang Chen planted the lawn in small pieces, one palm at a time. Professor Sunday picked up a piece of lawn and began to observe it, and a group of professors also reached out to pick one grass seedling after another. After getting the grass seedlings, they first studied them with a magnifying glass. After observing the appearance with a magnifying glass, the Desert Control Institute took the microscope to observe the slices on the spot. At this moment, Jiang Chen was no longer broadcasting live. He let the camera point directly at a group of professors, and this live broadcast had become a scientific exploration. "Professor, the gene sequencing at these grass seedlings is the same as the sequencing we got last year," a doctoral student said, and the former professor smiled. "Very good. The gene sequencing is the same. That means that these grasses can definitely survive in the desert and will also produce seeds." After Professor Qian finished speaking, everything was settled after the agricultural master affirmed it. "Great, our dragon country's desert control is finally at the top of the world." After Professor Sunday finished speaking, a group of people applauded. "Great. We are finally not controlled by others in agronomy. From now on, only foreign countries will come to us to learn from us. We don't have to look at other people's faces anymore." A group of professors were so excited that it seemed like the new year. At this moment, Jiang Chen's fans across the country were also so excited that it seemed like the new year. At the same time, the news that Jiang Chen's desert grass had successfully grown quickly made it to the top of the news. Chapter 131 One Step Ahead. The successful planting of seeds in the desert grassland of Delane village is destined to open a new era of desert planting in Longo. So when all the seeds were confirmed to be alive, Professor Qian and others began to chat privately. "I think it's time to set up a school dedicated to the study of desert seeds. Although we now have plants that can be planted in the desert, but our scientific research in this area can be said to be almost zero. So if we want to successfully convince the world, if we want to successfully solve the genetic problem of seeds planted in the desert, we must be one step ahead." After Professor Qian finished speaking, Professor Zhao and Professor Gu and others nodded in agreement. Yes, we have always lagged behind the world in seed genes and desert management research. Now although we have a physical body, the theory and other aspects are basically zero. If we don't take the lead in starting protected research. Once foreign research institutions are involved, I'm afraid we will lag behind them for decades. After Professor Sunday finished speaking, none of the professors objected. Everyone knows too much about agriculture, and everyone also knows that Longo's research in this area is lagging behind the world. Now is a period of reverse theory. We push forward thesis based on what we grow. We must firmly occupy the cutting-edge theory for these things. Professor Xia finished speaking, and a group of people left the grassland greenhouse after discussing. After a group of people left, Jiang Chen continued to broadcast live. Okay, now let's continue to focus on our desert grass seed seedlings. Today, our goal in Delane Village is to continue to breed 500 acres of desert grass seedlings. Jiang Chen finished speaking and led the employees of Delane Village Tourism Company to start seedling work. Time passed quickly, and a week later, Jiang Chen's 2 greenhouses were full of grass seedlings. At the same time, as spring came faster and faster, the grass seedlings planted by Jiang Chen in the early stage had grown rapidly. So Jiang Chen led the people to start transplanting. From the grassland greenhouse to the desert, as the lawns were planted one by one, the originally withered and yellow desert gradually appeared in patches of green. This is the first step for humans to conquer the desert. 2 weeks later, when the desert grassland gradually became large, Jiang Chen's desert agriculture era also kicked off. In spring, Jiang Chen got a lot of spring-planted vegetables from his grandfather. For example, lettuce, Chinese cabbage, cucumber, etc. Jiang Chen decided to plant all these vegetables in the desert farmland. In addition, he also planted 2,000 acres of desert pepper fields. Now Jiang Chen's pepper factory has been built, and his pepper factory can process tens of thousands of kilograms of peppers every day. His peppers also have fixed users. He has reached cooperation agreements with many hot pot restaurants in Sichuan province. His red peppers are now basically sold directly to hot pot restaurants. If there's a market, then plant more. Anyway, this thing makes a lot of money. As the weather warms up, Jiang Chen's tomatoes, peas, etc. can also be planted. So this spring, Jiang Chen put the focus on the planting of 10,000 acres of desert farmland. Time passed little by little, late spring and early summer. When Jiang Chen's grassland was built on a large scale, his 10,000-acre farm was also successfully built. As the grassland becomes larger and larger, the grass that the grassland can provide has also increased exponentially. With more grass, the farm will have enough grass to feed cattle and sheep. So Ludwig also started a large-scale cattle and sheep breeding plan. He fully developed and utilized the originally planned large cattle farm and sheep farm. When summer came, he had tens of thousands of cattle in one cattle farm alone. Let's not talk about these for now. When the day started to get hot, good news came from Delane Village. After the strong recommendation of Professor Qian and others in several applications from the province of Xi, Shangjing finally approved the establishment of a university specializing in desert research in Xi. After the approval of Shangjing, the province of Xi began to prepare for the construction of this university. After a spring of preparation and dozens of discussions, this university, which was originally planned to be built in the provincial capital, was finally decided to be built in the desert development zone of Delane Village. After the news came, the preparatory committee of the desert university soon came to Delane Village. They had to make the final contact with Jiang Chen and Xu Shixin. In the early morning, the village committee of Delane Village, Professor Qian, the director of the school preparatory committee, and others were waiting in the meeting room early. Until they arrived in Delane Village, a group of people were still arguing. If our university is built in the provincial capital, it will definitely attract a lot of excellent students to apply. If it is built in the village, I'm afraid those students will not come to apply. Professor Gu looked at Professor Qian and finished speaking. Professor Qian frowned and kept thinking about another question. It doesn't matter where it is built. As long as there are a few of us, we won't worry about students. Now the province requires us to build a comprehensive service-oriented desert university. We only want to build a professional university to study herbaceous desert plants. So we must now negotiate with the village in the desert grassland. In addition, we have to negotiate with the province before we can decide everything. After Professor Qian finished speaking, Professor Sunday also said, "You have to understand our Saxi province. It is really not easy for us to strive for a key university. Our Saxi province has more than 400,000 candidates every year, but there's only one key university. So our province also wants to establish such a comprehensive key university out of concern for our Saxi people and our Saxi candidates." Professor Sunday finished speaking, and Jiang Chen walked into the room. After Jiang Chen came in, the professors finally stopped arguing. "It's okay, you guys continue the discussion," Jiang Chen said and found a place to sit down. Soon after Jiang Chen sat down, Li Bolian, Chu Shixin and others also came. After a group of people arrived, the meeting officially began. "Okay, now that everyone is here, let's get in touch with each other and discuss it." After seeing people come in, Professor Sun, as the representative of the Z province, spoke. "What are we discussing today?" Jiang Chen looked at Professor Sunday and said, and Professor Sunday opened the meeting record book. Through the recommendation of agricultural experts such as Professor Qian, and through the efforts of RCC Province, RCC Desert University has now been officially decided. However, there are still some differences between the provincial and school leaders on the nature of our school, the service objects of the school, the professional openings, etc. However, there is no doubt that we are a national key university. This is also a key university with new desert characteristics proposed by our country to become a world-class university. Today we came to the village to discuss the site selection of the school in Delane village. In addition, we also have to talk about the in-depth cooperation between our school and your company, Jiang Chen, to create a laboratory. Professor Sunday is the Vice President of CC Desert University. At the same time, he is also the Special Commissioner of CC Province to establish a desert university. He is very much looking forward to this university. Yes, this university was originally planned to be built in Dichang. But everyone knows that RCC is the real front line against desert. At the same time, the main research object of our school is also desert plants. So after our efforts, we decided to build the school in our Delane Village Desert Development Zone. Regarding the site selection, today our school preparatory committee reached an agreement with our village in Longchen County. Chapter 132. Sesi Desert University. After Professor Qian finished speaking, Li Boliang said with a smile on his face, "Teacher, don't worry. Our village will definitely provide the best land for you to build a school. If you have your eyes on a piece of land, just tell us directly, we will never be vague." Li Boliang patted his chest to make the promise, and Professor Sunday pointed to the map of Delane village and said, "Our school is a university established on the basis of the Desert Prevention and Control Institute designated by our Shajin. So our first requirement is that the old Desert Prevention and Control Institute on the grassland and Chinese medicine field be one of the addresses of our school." After Professor Sunday finished speaking, a group of people looked at Jiang Chen. It seems that they invited Jiang Chen to come here to make him bleed. "That's what I told you. You guys come here for no reason. I just rented this 100+ mu of land AU. You can take it away now, but you have to make sure you can give me some benefits." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Professor Sunday said with a smile, "You will definitely get some benefits. We'll have to talk about cooperation with you later. So let's talk about this together later. We're going to use this laboratory as the address of our school's College of Agriculture. In addition, we're building a comprehensive university. So our area must be at least 2,000 mu." Before Professor Sunday finished speaking, Professor Qian knocked on the table and said, "Build a desert agriculture type university, not a comprehensive university." After Professor Qian finished speaking, the scene became a little awkward. This is still to be finalized. Our province's requirement is that we have finally won a place in this university. We must attach importance to it. Everyone knows that our Saxi province is a bordered province. Our province only has one national key university. So our province's requirement is to take this opportunity to build a second national comprehensive key university. Our comprehensive university should be able to serve all walks of life in our entire province. By the way, the main reason we want to build this comprehensive university is to provide talents for the enterprises in your Delane Village Development Zone. There are no enterprises in our Delane Village. To put it bluntly, isn't it to provide talents for you?" Professor Sunday looked at Jiang Chen and finished speaking. Jiang Chen knew that Professors who in Saxi province had not reached a consensus. The reason for not reaching a consensus must be that Saxi province wanted to use this opportunity to build a university to serve Saxi. And Professor Qian must want to build a school centered on academics. Professor Sunday looked at himself and said, the implication must be that he wanted Jiang Chen to stand on his side. Then we should build a comprehensive university. Our college students have gone abroad because we don't have good schools in Z. If this continues, what talents can be left in our Z province? Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Professor Qian shook his head. "I don't agree with this issue, and I can't compromise with Z province. The reason why we agreed to build this school is to build a cutting-edge academic position for desert prevention and control that can always lead the world. If this university must be a comprehensive school, what's the difference between us directly building a research institute? After Professor Keon finished speaking, the professors and others followed suit. What we want to build is to serve desert research. If we build a university in a pancake-like manner, don't you think we are not a pancakeism? After a group of people objected, Jiang Chen knew that what they said made sense. However, Delane Village needs talents. He not only needs talents, but also more young people. So Jiang Chen definitely supports the decision of Z province. In the future, when all his enterprises are built, talents will be needed in all aspects. I think we still have to support the provincial decision. After all, why do we build a school? It is to serve the development of CC. What's more, you also said that we want to build a university that serves the desert. Let's open more majors. As long as they are useful for building the desert, then our policy of serving the desert is correct. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Li Bolian also stood up. When building a comprehensive university, the academic base cannot be dirty and messy. There is plenty of land in our village, teacher, please don't worry about this. I think we should just build a comprehensive university. Li Bolian also stood up to persuade, and Professor Sunday nodded. This trip to Delane Village was indeed not in vain. We don't agree. This goes against our original intention. If the school is messy and chaotic, it will not become the academic base we want. Professor Lian and others stood up and objected. Everyone looked at the problem from their own point of view, so this matter could not be solved at all. Well, let's do this. You build your academic base, but don't build it here. If you don't train talents for me, you still want to come to my land to do research. I don't agree. Jiang Chen is now a businessman. He is not just a businessman, he still has his own dreams. If you come to build a school, it will not benefit him at all. How can he agree to it? Jiang Chen's words destroyed their laboratories at the forefront of academic research. If there are no plans from Jiang Chen for them to study, the meaning of their university's existence will be gone. Jiang Chen, if you say so, then how can we talk? We also want to sign an agreement with you to authorize us to study all your vegetables. Professor Sunday pretended to be very embarrassed and finished speaking, and the professors and others lost their temper instantly. That's right, they came to Delane Village first for academics, and second for the country. But he didn't want Professor Keon to be the principal and let him manage a bunch of other miscellaneous matters. They couldn't be distracted by dealing with things to deal with the province before they had researched major results on desert vegetables. Why don't we continue to run a research institute? I'm not really interested in this university anyway. After Professor Keon finished speaking, several other professors agreed. Academia cannot be tainted with money. What we need is fertile soil. You can't say that. It's not easy for us in Sesi province to fight for this school. Professor Sunday and Professor Keon started arguing again, and Jiang Chen suddenly thought of a good idea. How about this? Our university quota will not be wasted. But we also have to keep the fertile soil for your research. We in Delane Village will pay for other colleges. At that time, our Sesi Desert University will only study these desert plants, desert almond trees and grasslands. I will give you all my plants and various things that will be grown in the future for your research. But our Delane Village Desert Development Zone enjoys the construction rights of other colleges in Sesi Desert University. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the three-party game began. Professor Keon and others wanted the research authorization of grassland and vegetables in Jiang Chen's hands. Professor Sun, on behalf of the province, wanted the right to retain the construction rights of this university. And what Jiang Chen wanted was simple, that is, what Professor Sunday said, to build a comprehensive school that can serve his company. What do you think? I think this suggestion is still very good. After Professor Sunday finished speaking, Professor Keon thought about it and got what he wanted. I have no objection, but we are a provincial school after all. It is impossible to let an individual manage it. Otherwise, how can our private school recruit outstanding students? After Professor Keon finished speaking, Jiang Chen thought of another compromise. How about this? Isn't this a provincial university? Can't we follow Sesi on one hand and Delane Village Development Zone on the other? Let's just change Sesi Desert University into a university jointly built by our Delane Village Development Zone in Sesi Province. By the way, a new type of jointly built university managed mainly by Delane Village. This problem is solved. Chapter 133 The Sucker. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Boliang slammed the table and said, "This is the best way. In the future, we will use the money allocated by the province on your Desert Agricultural College first. After your Desert Agricultural College uses up the money, if there's any money left, we will distribute it to other colleges. If there's no money left, we will raise funds for construction by ourselves. After Li Boliang finished speaking, he also specifically asked Jiang Chen, what do you think? After Li Boliang finished speaking, Jiang Chen simply, what do you think? If the Desert Agricultural College uses up the money, it means that I have to pay for it. But Jiang Chen is willing to be the scapegoat. Now he can say without hesitation that what he lacks is talent in the eyes of the world. He does not lack money. I understand, if your agricultural college uses up the money from the province, the rest of the money will be paid by the enterprises in our Lane village. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, with Jiang Chen's authorization and the right to distribute money, Professor Qian, Professor Gu and others nodded in agreement. The school was saved, and Professor Sunday also agreed. The county and the development zone have the right to set up the school's departments, and the county and the village also agree. Of course Jiang Chen agreed even more, because he knew that if this was a university in Lane village, then he could start a school enterprise joint construction project. Apart from anything else, Jiang Chen now has a breeding farm. He could directly build a school of animal husbandry in the desert university. Wouldn't this train talents for him? In addition, Jiang Chen is now building a medicinal material base, and he will build a herbal medicine college in the school. Even if he wants to build a live broadcast base now, he can build a live broadcast college at the Sea Desert University. Haha, if he has the right to build a university, it would be great for his development. Okay, let's put it this way. We in Lane village provide the land. Professor Qian, you provide the talent. Professor Sun, you ask the province to pay for the construction. Zhaozhang, you provide the authorization for all the plants in the desert. In addition, as the person with the most enterprises in Lane village, you can pay for the expenses of each department. I will pay for the insufficient amount, but I must first make it clear. My grassland, my vegetables and my apricot trees, you can't let them study them for nothing. And my money can't be wasted. I must have a say in the school in the future, so you must let me join the school committee. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Professor Sunday looked at President Qian. President Qian is a scholar, and what he wants most is to study desert plants. He wants to be a world-class scholar in this field and a milestone figure in desert management. So he doesn't care about the management of other messy departments. Then let's do it this way. You provide the grassland authorization and you pay for the money from other departments. You also appoint a vice president. Professor Sun, you represent Saxi province, you also appoint a vice president. When the time comes, our development zone will also appoint a vice president. You decide the quota for Lane village development zone yourself. Since this is a school mainly managed by the Lane village development zone of Saxi province, it is completely reasonable for the Saxi development zone to appoint a quota. Then let County Magistrate Li, the pioneer in the construction of the Lane village development zone, appoint it. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, everyone nodded in agreement. It's okay for me to appoint it, but I have a lot of things to do in the county. So I still propose that Zhao Chu from our Lane village development zone exercise my rights on my behalf. After County Magistrate Li finished speaking, everyone nodded. So the last negotiation issues for the establishment of the university were resolved. After everything was resolved, Lane village had talents in the foundation for takeoff. At Saxi Desert University, with Jiang Chen's plantation services and the top agricultural talents in the whole Dragon Country, it also had the confidence to take off. Of course, these are all later stories. Now that the three parties have signed the agreement, the next thing to consider is the location of the school. Speaking of location, after discussion, everyone finally decided to place the Saxi Desert University on the industrial avenue of Lane village. There are many farmlands near the Dazhou village in the east of the Lane village industrial avenue. After the wheat is harvested in June, 2,000 acres of land can be allocated to build a campus for the Saxi Desert University. After the address was determined, the Saxi Desert University preparatory office was placed in a village committee. Professor Sunday presided over the coordination of all parties involved in the campus construction. After the school entered a vigorous construction, Jiang Chen was busy with his own affairs again. Summer is here, and the weather has become hot. After being exposed to the wind and sun, the wheat in Lane village is ripe. At this moment, if you walk on the industrial avenue of Lane village, you can see the golden wheat fields standing in the fields. It's time to harvest wheat. Looking at the scene of a bumper harvest in the wheat field, Jiang Chen was very happy. Harvesting wheat is very simple. He only needs to let Tang Yongjun lead the harvester to the wheat field to harvest. But the most important thing right now is how to sell these wheat at a good price. This is not easy. The county can only give 145 yuan per caddy. I can only harvest 600 to 700 caddies of wheat per mu of land. What's more, if I sell these wheat for 1.4 yuan, it will definitely not make money. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen planned to sell them to Michelin restaurant and beef soup restaurant. As we all know, because there's plenty of sunshine in the desert. Although the yield of wheat in Delane Village is not high, the flour of Delane Village wheat is definitely the best flour. So if this flour is taken to Michelin restaurant in Delane Village mutton soup restaurant, it can be sold for at least 2 yuan per caddy. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen called Liang Jianwei directly. In the field, after the call was connected, Jiang Chen stood by the wheat field and asked, "Manager Liang, do you need flour?" After Jiang Chen asked, Liang Jianwei was convening an executive meeting. "Yes, we need flour to make raviano. But we don't need much." Liang Jianwei has been to Delane Village several times. He knows that the more than 40,000 mu of wheat contracted by Jiang Chen is ripe. He likes this wheat, but he doesn't have many mutton soup restaurants, and he can't eat it all by himself. As much as you can take, the wheat will be harvested in a few days. It's not profitable to sell it to the county for more than 1.4 yuan per pound. I want to ask you if you have any connections. Jiang Chen asked while stroking the wheat ears. Speaking of connections, Chu Shixin really has one. "Boss, I can sell it to you at a high price. I know the manager of Dog Laomian. They are a national chain of high-end noodle restaurants. Now they mainly purchase high-quality wheat in our Shaanxi province. I heard that the price can be given as 1.8 yuan. Liang Jianwei is a gourmet, so he often travels around the country to communicate. Therefore, he also knows many gourmet people. That's fine. If you can give me this price, I can make some money from my 40,000 mu wheat fields." Jiang Chen didn't have much hope for these wheat fields. He just hoped that these wheat fields could make back their investment and be able to support the people who helped him farm. "Okay, then I'll give you his phone number. Boss, summer is here. You promised to support the expansion of our mutton soup restaurant this year. Now you should start preparing." After Liang Jianwei finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded in agreement. "Don't worry, we supported the development of Michelin restaurant last year. This year, we will focus on supporting your mutton soup restaurant. I have already contacted the breeding farm. This year, our Delane Village goat base plans to raise 150,000 sheep. We can provide at least 30,000 sheep every month. In the summer when the grass grows most vigorously, we can provide at least 34,000 to 35,000 sheep every month. I can give you 20,000 of them. In addition, all the revenue of your mutton soup restaurant for the past 3 years will be used for expansion, and I don't want a penny. No matter how many sheep our goat base produces in these 3 years, I will give you at least 2/3 of the sheep." Chapter 134 Lin Chao King Noodle House. Jiang Chen is a man of his word. Last year, when Michelin Restaurant and Michelin Hotel were at their worst, Jiang Chen abandoned Delane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant. He made every effort to ensure the rise of Michelin Hotel. Now, Shangjing Michelin Hotel has opened a second hotel. Many people need to make an appointment 3 days in advance to reserve a seat. The private rooms of Michelin Hotel are even more crowded for a week. So according to Jiang Chen's plan, this year is also that time to let Delane Village Mutton Restaurant go to villages across the country. As long as Delane Village Mutton Restaurant can go to the whole country, his goat breeding base can be spread all over the Delane Valley. Okay, then we will make a good plan here. When the sheep are in place next month, we will build branches across the country. At that time, we may need you, the boss, to help us advertise." Liang Jianwei finished speaking, and Jiang Chen nodded in agreement. "Don't worry, when you open a restaurant, I will definitely support you like I supported Michelin Restaurant." After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen began to contact the manager of Dog Laomian. After the call was connected, a lazy voice came from the other side soon. "Who are you?" He sounded like someone who had not woken up yet, and his voice was a little tired. "I am Jiang Chen from Delane Village. I am a friend of Liang Jianwei, the owner of the mutton soup restaurant in Delane Village, Dichang. I have 42,000 acres of wheat this year, and I think we can cooperate." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the other party asked, "Delane Village, where is Delane Village?" "Delane Village, Longchen County, Linsha City." Jiang Chen heard the other party's contempt, but after all, he was asking for help from others, so Jiang Chen was very patient. When he heard Linsha City, the other party suddenly perked up. "Okay, then let's meet and talk. You go to Fenyuan Street in Linsha City to book a hotel, and I will go there in the evening." After the boss on the other side finished speaking, Jiang Chen hurriedly wrote it down. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen directly asked Tang Yongjun to collect the wheat and then drove to Linsha City. When he arrived in Linsha City, Jiang Chen booked a star-rated hotel on Fenyuan Street. After booking the hotel, Jiang Chen called Liu Yizhuan, the owner of Dog Laomian. After the call was connected, Liu Yizhuan had already arrived in Linsha City. Okay, come directly to Lao King Noodle House now. Liu Yizhuan hung up the phone after saying that. After the call was hung up, Jiang Chen hurriedly called the navigation when Lao King Noodle House was mentioned. As night fell, it was already dark when Jiang Chen found Lao King Noodle House. At this moment in the brightly lit Linsha city, a food street facing the street was in full swing. Jiang Chen parked the car and went straight to Lao King Noodle House. Walking into the noodle house, Lao King Noodle House was very large. This noodle house has 2 floors. The first floor is the hall dining area, where some individual customers sit. The second floor is the private room, where some valuable guests sit. After Jiang Chen arrived, Liu Yizhuan directly sent him the private room number. Rushed to the Quanyan Hall on the second floor, pushed open the door, and there were already 8 people sitting in the big private room. These people have ordered dishes, and several big-bellied bosses have opened wine. When Jiang Chen came in, he saw the man with a big belly sitting in the main seat. The man had a middle-parted hairstyle, a round face, a burly figure, and looked to be in his 40s. He was a little fat, and was wearing a flowery outfit, which was quite fashionable. Then you sit there. You're Lian Jianwei's friend, right? You will serve the dishes to everyone later. After Liu Yizhuan finished speaking, a somewhat skinny middle-aged man beside him quickly took out a cigar and handed it to him. Boss Liu, when you come to Linshashi this time, you must visit our grain warehouse. This year I know you have opened more than 20 branches, so I have collected wheat from more than a dozen villages. We must ensure that the wheat supply is timely and reliable for Boss Liu. After the boss finished speaking, the other group of people quickly rushed to pour wine. Boss Liu, you said that the best wheat in Saxi province is the wheat in Linsha city. The best wheat in Linsha city is the wheat in Fangyuan county. This time we have prepared 120,000 mu of wheat. As long as the boss can nod, we will supply all your flour in the future. Saxi province is a large border province with vast land and sparse population. The area of a small county can be compared with a coastal province. These counties have no industry and basically make a living by growing grain. When they come to Linsha city to collect grain, these grain merchants are naturally very attentive. I will collect wheat from anyone, you are all my good brothers. If I want yours and don't want his, he will be angry. If I want his and don't want yours, he will be angry again. So let's see how you perform later. After Liu Yizhuan finished speaking, a group of people understood. Boss Liu, I have arranged it for you. After we finish eating noodles, we will go directly to the university town. I found you a student girl, who was so tender that she can't squeeze out water. After a grain dealer with a big back hair and wearing a suit finished speaking, 2 more grain dealers stood up. How can one be fun? Boss Liu, I've arranged 3 for you. You must give me a favor today, and I'll let you know the enthusiasm of the girls in Linsha city. Boss Liu, you've come to our border, why don't you bring 2 foreign girls? I've already booked a hotel, and as long as you're not today, we'll find 5 foreign girls. After the vendor said that, Boss Liu left. You guys, look at what you think of me. Come on, drink. After Boss Liu finished speaking, a group of people hurriedly raised their glasses. Cheers to Boss Liu. A group of people quickly drank half a glass of white wine. The dishes on the table were almost finished, and a vendor raised his hand. When you come to our Linsha city, you have to eat Lao King Noodle House. When you eat Lao King Noodle House, you must eat his noodles. I'll go order a few bowls of noodles. After a tall and thin-grained vendor finished speaking, the door of the private room creaked open. A prostitute came outside, a 40-year-old woman dressed up like a little girl. However, this woman was also quite pretty. As soon as she came in, a scent wafted over, and soon, the whole room was filled with her laughter. Hey, bosses, you came to our Lao King Noodle House to give us face. I see that you didn't order any noodles, so I'll give everyone a portion of our special noodles. After the female boss finished speaking, her eyes drifted to Liu Yizhuan from time to time. Liu Yizhuan drank a little too much, and his face was flushed. When the boss lady walked to his side, he didn't forget to reach out and slap her buttocks with a slap. Hurry up, I still want to eat you down there. Liu Yizhuan didn't forget to twist it twice after he finished speaking. I'll be there soon, I'll be there soon. The boss lady smiled and dragged him out, and soon the door opened again. A tall girl walked in from behind the door. She brought a wooden tray with 3 bowls of noodles on it. As soon as the girl came in, half of the people at the table were attracted by her. This girl is really beautiful. Her skin is as white as cream, and it is particularly white. Her eyes were big and bright, and her facial features were particularly delicate, with thin and long eyebrows and a small red mouth. Not only were others stunned at this moment, but even Liu Yizhuan, who was sitting on the main seat, was drooling with excitement. Your noodles. After the girl finished speaking, Jiang Chen reached out and took the noodles and put them on the table. When he looked at the girl, he suddenly felt that she looked very familiar. After thinking carefully, he understood instantly. Lao King Noodle House. Wait, you used to work in Longkan County, right? When Jiang Chen was in Longkan County, Chu Shixin invited him to eat at Lao King Noodle House, and the girl was there. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the girl nodded. Are you from Longkan County too? Yes, I am from Longkan County too. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the girl smiled and said, then we are still fellow villagers. After putting the noodles down, she hurried out again. Chapter 135 Overturning the table. After the pretty girl went downstairs, the room was soon filled with praises from a group of people. This girl is really pretty. It's rare to see such a pretty girl in our Linsha city. That's not great. This girl is very pretty in the whole country. After a few people finished speaking, a group of people looked at Liu Zhuan. Liu Zhuan, with a face full of flesh, was already thinking about something in his mind. Don't arrange it for me. This is it. Whoever arranges her for me tonight, I will cooperate with you. I will directly sign a 3-year contract with him. You decide. After Liu Zhuan finished speaking, the group of people became active. You eat first. I'll go out first. Yeah, let's get on the bus first and buy the ticket later. After a boss sitting next to Jiang Chen said this, he took out a pack of medicine from his bag and put it into a cup. Not long after, the door opened and the girl walked in again. As soon as the girl put down the noodles, the boss sitting next to Jiang Chen directly picked up the glass of water and handed it to the girl. Our big boss is here, why don't you toast our boss? Come here, drink tea instead of wine, and toast the boss before you leave. The boss who put the drug in stood up and forced the cup into the girl's hand. In the room, another boss went up and closed the door. A group of people swallowed their saliva and looked at the girl. What do you mean by you? Drink it quickly. If you don't drink it today, I won't let you go out. Drink it quickly. In our Linsha city, who doesn't give face to me, Zhao Fanming. The drug Zhao Fanming unbuttoned his clothes and revealed a body full of tattoos. The girl was very scared. She was about to pick up the cup to drink, but Jiang Chen went up and grabbed her cup. Boss Zhao, isn't this bad? Jiang Chen had already suppressed himself. If he hadn't wanted to sell the grain today, he would have overturned the table long ago. What do you care about me? Stop making trouble. That's right, what's your business? Sit down. After a group of people finished shouting, Liu Zhuan pointed at Jiang Chen and said, damn it, don't be shameless. If it weren't for the fact that you are Lian Jianwei's friend, I wouldn't even shout at you. Liu Zhuan grabbed a cup and smashed it towards Jiang Chen's head. Clang. Jiang Chen grabbed the cup and smashed it against the wall, spilling the tea in the cup all over the floor. Fuck. Hurry up and drink it. Zhao Fanman came to grab the cup from Jiang Chen's hand. This year, he contracted nearly 270,000 acres of wheat. If the wheat can't be sold at a high price, he will have to pay compensation. What's more, even if he drugged the girl to the ground and let Liu Zhuan feel good. At that time, in the territory of Linsha City, he only needs to pay some money, and there's nothing that can't be solved. No, I don't drink, I don't drink. At this moment, the little girl has realized something, and she keeps hiding behind Jiang Chen. 6 or 7 people in the room stood up. Drink it. Fuck, you want to drink it, right? Then drink it. Jiang Chen saw a group of people bullying a little girl, how could he tolerate it? Don't say you're a millionaire, a multimillionaire, even if you're a billionaire, you have to stay in front of me. Jiang Chen grabbed Zhao Fanming and pressed him on the table after scolding him. Zhao Fanming wanted to struggle, but Jiang Chen didn't give him a chance. Let go. As soon as Zhao Fanming opened his mouth, Jiang Chen took the water cup and stuffed it directly into his mouth. Woo! Zhao Fanming wanted to say something, but Jiang Chen poured it into him. After a cup of medicine was swallowed, the others rushed over with stools. Jiang Chen didn't waste any words, he went over and kicked it, and with a bang, the whole table fell over. Liu Zhuan, who was sitting in the main seat, was hit on the face by the table. Go. Jiang Chen opened the door when a group of people were tripped by the table. At the door, the boss who had just left for something bumped into Jiang Chen. What are you doing? You have no eyes. After the boss finished scolding, Jiang Chen saw the prostitute behind him. You that girl. You only know how to make customers angry, I will beat you to death. After the woman said that, she took off her high heels and hit the girl. Jiang Chen went up and grabbed her wrist. They drugged your daughter. After Jiang Chen shouted, the boss's wife opened her eyes and scolded Jiang Chen. What does it have to do with you? You dead loser, you still want to be a hero to save the beauty, what? Are you worthy? Kim On, you getting? I order you to get in now. After the boss's wife said that, she picked up a stool. Jiang Chen knew the girl's name. Kim On, a name that sounds like it belongs in martial arts novels. Are you sick in the head? He drugged your daughter. Jiang Chen scolded, and Kim On was so scared that she shrank in the corner and cried. I don't want it, I don't want it, Kim On cried like a helpless kitten. The boss who just came downstairs grabbed Kim On's arm without saying a word and pulled her into the private room. He had already negotiated with the boss's wife. Just for this night, as long as he could make Boss Liu happy, he would give her 50,000 yuan. Let her go, you crazy people. Jiang Chen said, and kicked the boss down, then grabbed Kim On's arm. Come on, I'll take you out. Jiang Chen said and walked towards the stairs. A group of people wanted to chase Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen turned around and kicked them, and kicked the people chasing him several meters away. Seeing this, the other group of bosses stopped. At this moment, the boss's wife rushed into the room and wanted to grab a stool to hit Jiang Chen. As soon as she entered the room, she was grabbed by Xiao Fanming who had drunk the drug. Don't go, don't go. Come on, hurry up, Xiao Fanming said and went to grab the boss's wife. The boss's wife was angry and directly grabbed a plate and smashed it on his head. Fuck your mother, you son of a bitch, you still want to take advantage of me. Hurry up. Hurry up. I can't bear it anymore. Although his head was bleeding, Xiao Fanman couldn't help but rush towards the boss lady. Jiang Chen pulled Kim On out of the restaurant, and no one dared to follow him. After getting in the car, Jiang Chen stepped on the accelerator and rushed directly to the distant street. Half an hour later, Jiang Chen stopped the car on the main road at the edge of the city. Kim On cried in the passenger seat. Don't cry, you are safe now. Jiang Chen said, opened the car door and lit a cigarette. In the night, the lights of the city in the distance were still brilliant, but Jiang Chen couldn't understand. This is his own daughter, why can the boss lady do such a thing for the little business? On, I won't hurt you, where do you want to go now? After smoking a cigarette, Jiang Chen returned to the driver's seat. After Jiang Chen asked, Kim On looked out the window. Although the city is big, there is no place that is her home. I don't know either. Kim On turned around and looked at Jiang Chen with a confused look. Why did your mother do this to you? Jiang Chen raised the question in his mind. There is no one in this world who doesn't love their own children. But this woman puzzled him. She is not my biological mother. My biological mother died when I was 3 years old. After Kim On finished speaking, Jiang Chen slapped his forehead. Damn, no wonder. Now everything can be explained. Then she is really a beast. You are so old, you can have your own life. Why don't you run away from her? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Kim On shook her head. It's not that she doesn't want to leave, she can't leave. Jiang Chen brought her up today, and tomorrow she must return to the home that she hates. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novellas. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in the world of incredible novels. Chapter 136 Kim On. I can't leave, my dad is still at home. As long as I leave home, they will deal with him. Kim On finished speaking, and Jiang Chen asked, who else is there besides your stepmother? Speaking of that family, Kim On looked much sadder. And my younger brother, I don't even know if he is my biological brother. But now he is an adult, and he always listens to my stepmother. We originally lived in the county, and the reason we moved to the city was because of them. Kim On's heart was filled with grief and indignation after she finished speaking. Now her father is sick. If it weren't for her father, she would have left this family that didn't love him long ago. Then what are your plans? Are you going back? Jiang Chen finished speaking, and outside the brightly lit city, the fields in the distance were dark. Speaking of where to go. Kim On hugged her shoulders tightly, she didn't know where to go. But this time she didn't want to go back again. If she went back, her stepmother and Liu Zhuan would never let her go. I don't know. Why don't you take me back to Longchen County? I want to go there. I grew up there. Kim On said, and soon, her cell phone rang. You damn girl, come back to me. After the call was connected, Kim On heard her stepmother's angry scolding. She had long been accustomed to this scolding. From childhood to adulthood, her stepmother either beat or scolded her, and she had never had a good day. Mom, why can't you let me go? Although I am not your biological child, you can't sell me to Boss Liu. If my dad knew about this, do you know how sad he would be? Kim On mustered up the courage to ask, and her stepmother was so angry that she slammed the table. I gave you face, didn't I? Come back to me quickly. I tell you, if you can't come back tonight, you will die with your damn father tomorrow. After King Yao's stepmother finished scolding, Jiang Chen directly took the phone. You can kill him now. As long as his father dies, the police will catch you tomorrow. Killing someone means paying with your life. If you are not afraid of death, just come. Jiang Chen said and hung up the phone. Let's go back to Longchen County. As long as we go back to Longchen County, no matter how powerful he is, he will have to stay in Longchen County. Jiang Chen said and drove towards Longchen County. At night, Jiang Chen drove to Longchen County and came to Delane village. When he returned to the village had already fallen asleep quietly. Jiang Chen now lives in an office next to the orchard. He couldn't leave King Yan here. So he drove directly to the Tang family. Dong dong dong. Jiang Chen knocked on the door. Hearing the knock, Tang Yongjun came out and opened the door. After the door opened, he saw Jiang Chen bringing a woman. Tang Yongjun was so angry that his eyebrows straightened. Jiang Chen, what are you doing? After Tang Yongjun asked, Jiang Chen looked into the room. Is Juxi here? Who was this? I'm asking you who this is. Tang Yongjun didn't answer Jiang Chen's question, but pointed at King Yan and asked. Now everyone knows that Jiang Chen is his future son-in-law, so Tang Yongjun doesn't allow others to get too close to Jiang Chen. This is a girl I rescued during the negotiation today. It's late today, so I let him stay with Juxi for one night. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and when he heard that the girl was rescued by Jiang Chen, Tang Yongjun's face looked better. She went to the live broadcast base, and she will probably be back soon. After Tang Yongjun finished speaking, he opened the door, and Zhao Chen and King Yan entered the house first. In the house, after Jiang Chen briefly told Tang Yongjun about King Yan, Tang Yongjun stood up and slammed the table in anger. Beast! There are such stepmothers in this world. Girl, you can live in my house first. As long as you stay in our Delane village, even guards can't get rid of you. Tang Yongjun finished speaking indignantly, and Jiang Chen's future mother-in-law had already brought a bowl of noodles. Girl, eat something to fill your stomach first. I see that you are about the same age as Yankee, so you can live in my house in the future. At least you will have a companion. Thank you, thank you. Kim Yan felt the warmth of home for the first time. She stood up and bowed to Tang Yongjun and his wife, tears streaming down her face. 10 minutes later, Tang Yankee came back from the live broadcast. As soon as he returned home, he saw Jiang Chen come in, and Tang Yankee wiped away the fatigue on his face. Brother Zhao Chen, why are you here so late? Tang Yankee saw King Yan sitting there eating noodles as soon as he finished speaking. What is this? After Tang Yankee asked, Jiang Chen introduced King Yan to her. After the introduction, Tang Yankee was so angry that his eyes turned red. There are such people in Linsha City. Kim Yan, don't be afraid, come to our Delane village, just treat it as home. After Tang Yankee finished speaking, Kim Yan suddenly found a kind of home warmth in Delane village. Thank you, you are more like my family than my family. Kim Yan finished speaking, and she was moved to tears. Don't cry, kid, this will be your home from now on. Tang Yongjun wiped his tears while speaking, and Jiang Chen turned around and left the yard. You should have a good rest here today, and we in Delane village will take care of your affairs. Jiang Chen went back to the apricot garden to sleep. At night, Tang Yankee came to find Jiang Chen at dawn the next day. Brother Zhao Chen, wake up quickly, Song Yi is here. Tang Yankee knocked on the door. Jiang Chen stretched and opened the door. Who is Song Yi? She is King Yan's stepmother. She brought a car full of people to ask for someone. Tang Yankee's anxious face was full of sweat. Jiang Chen reached out and wiped the sweat off her forehead. It's okay. Is there anyone else who can make a fuss here? Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Yimeng Tang also ran over with sweat all over his head. Brother Zhao Chen, I have called the people. Do you want to fight them? After Yimeng Tang finished speaking, Jiang Chen shook his head. Let's go and see how many people they have. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he got in the car with Tang Yankee and went straight to the Delane parking lot. At the Delane village parking lot, the minibus was stopped before it entered the village. A dozen young and strong men got off the minibus. They beat people as soon as they got off the bus. They didn't care about anything. They beat anyone they met. But when Jiang Chen arrived, hundreds of people from the travel agency had already subdued the group of people. What's going on? Jiang Chen got off the car and asked hurriedly. Wang Long said while smoking, I don't know, these bastards asked us to hand over someone as soon as they came. When we asked who we were handing over, they beat us up if we didn't tell them. Damn, the people from Delane village who beat up my travel company, do I have no shame? After Wai Long finished speaking, a group of young men were beaten to the ground with bruises on their faces. You hand over my daughter. If you don't hand over my daughter today, I will definitely make you pay for it. Seeing Jiang Chen come in, Song Yi hurriedly jumped out of the minibus. Seeing the woman in her 40s dressed up in fancy clothes come in, Tang Yanqi's hands clenched with anger and creaked. She didn't sleep all night last night, just listening to King Yan's thoughts about her life since she was a child. Kim Yan is very smart and has good grades in school. But after her stepmother married, she said that a daughter is like spilled water, what's the point of going to school? So before she graduated from elementary school, she made King Yan work in a noodle shop. Even though King Yan has been trying hard to integrate into the family, her stepmother doesn't appreciate it at all. Every day, she would beat King Yan up whenever she was unhappy. Even now, Kim Yan has grown into a big girl, but she still can't escape her beatings. What's even more hateful is that her stepmother actually sold her to a disgusting boss like Liu Wan for 50,000 yuan. How could Tang Yanqi, who has a strong sense of justice, tolerate this? Chapter 137 Something happened at Lao King Noodle House. Is that your daughter? Tang Yanqi rushed over and slapped Song Yi to the ground. Seeing Tang Yanqi hit her, Song Yi got up from the ground like a shrew. She rushed over to hit Tang Yanqi, and a group of women in the village rushed over to hold Song Yi and beat her. When Chu Shixin's people came from the village committee, Song Yi's face was swollen. Stop, stop. Chu Shixin shouted and pulled the group of women away. What's going on? Chu Shixin asked. Song Yi covered her face and shouted. He is shameless, he kidnapped my daughter. I asked him to return my daughter, and he beat me. Is there any justice in this world? Song Yi sat on the ground and cried and wailed. Speaking of robbing someone's daughter, Chu Shixin looked at Jiang Chen below. Jiang Chen did this. You listen to his nonsense. Am I Jiang Chen that kind of person? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Kim Yan ran over from behind. Mom, why can't you let me go? I can't give my first time to that old man. After King Yan yelled, Song Yi rushed over and was about to hit King Yan. Hey, you that girl, I'll let you hide here, I'll beat you to death. Song Yi slapped King Yan. Jiang Chen kicked over and kicked her to the ground. If you have something to say, just say it, don't do anything. Jiang Chen pointed at Song Yi and said that. Song Yi rolled on the ground and cried loudly. I want to call the police, I want to arrest you all. After Song Yi finished speaking, Chu Shixin stopped him. No need to call, the guards of Delane Development Zone are here. Don't hit people at every turn, just say what's the matter. And what are you doing with so many young men here? Are you here to fight? If so, I can satisfy you. After Chu Shixin finished speaking, a special police car stopped in the distance. These special police cars are responsible for protecting the gold mine in Jiang Chen's grass in the Delane Village Development Zone. Catch all these people. No one from the underworld can escape from the fight. Chu Shixin said, pointing at Song Yi. By the way, this is the leader. Control her now. After Chu Shixin finished speaking, Song Yi was terrified. We are not involved in the underworld. I am just here to pick up my daughter. After Song Yi finished speaking, a BMW sports car suddenly drove into the parking lot. The BMW sports car braked suddenly and stopped next to a group of people. After the car door opened, a young man with earrings, weird dyed hair, and a leather jacket got out of the car. Mom, my dad was killed by my sister. After the young man finished speaking, Song Yi was stunned for a moment, and then rushed to King Yan. Why? Why did we raise you with good intentions, but you want to kill your dad? After Song Yi finished speaking, fortunately He Montang ran up quickly and held her down. If you have something to say it. If you do this again, don't blame us for taking action. After He Montang shouted, the matter in front of him was no longer as simple as snatching someone else's daughter. This is shielding a murder suspect. Sure enough, when King Yan's brother King Zhuang came to report the news, a police car from Linsha City soon stopped at Delane Village. We are from the Linsha City Serious Crime Unit. Excuse me, which one is King Yan? A captain said and showed his ID. I am King Yan, my father is really gone. Kim Yan looked at the captain with disdain, and when the captain nodded, she panicked. Impossible, impossible. My father called me in the middle of the night yesterday. He also told me the secret recipe of the braised dishes in our noodle restaurant. When the secret recipe was mentioned, Song Yi and Yan Zhuang's eyes lit up for a moment. It was this greedy look that flashed by and was captured by Jiang Chen. You killed your father for the secret recipe. You're a beast. Kim Zhuang yelled at King Yan, and Song Yi rushed over desperately. Hand over Arcane family's secret recipe. Arcane family's stewed food recipe is passed down from father to son, not from daughter to daughter. What do you want it? Hand it over to me. After Songy shouted, they had long forgotten that this was a homicide case. Now it was not about the recipe. You know, Lao King from Lao King Noodle House is dead now. No, I didn't steal my father's secret recipe. You stole it, and you killed my father. After King Zwang's wife shouted, the captain of the Lynch Serious Crime Unit took out handcuffs. We are going to detain you. If you have any questions, tell them in court. The captain was about to handcuff King Yan. Seeing that King Yan was about to be arrested, Kim Zwang's clenched hands finally loosened. As long as King Yan was arrested, she would have no relatives in this world. Therefore, no one would defend her. As long as King Yan was sentenced to death, everything in Lao King Noodle House would be his. Wait, I was with her from beginning to end last night. I can prove that she is not the murderer. Jiang Chen said, turned around and got into the car to take the dash cam. Without even looking at it, the captain said, we have our own case handling procedures. For you teaching us how to do things. After the captain said he was going to arrest someone, Jiang Chen shook his head and said, I'm not teaching you how to do things. I'm just telling you that she's not the murderer. If you have any suspicions, you must have a basis and you must investigate. If you don't have any basis and just rely on someone else's words, don't even think about taking her away from here. If they want to sue, let them sue. We can meet in court, but before there's evidence, don't even think about taking her away. Jiang Chen said firmly, and the captain took the handcuffs and clicked them on Jiang Chen's hands. You said you were with him the whole time, and now we suspect you are an accomplice. Jiang Chen smiled as soon as the captain finished speaking. Liu Yizhuan ordered you to come, right? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the captain was about to take Jiang Chen away. Don't worry about who asked me to come here. I'm going to take you away today. After the captain finished speaking, Jiang Chen smiled and said, you can't take me away. You decide whether I can take you away or not. After the captain finished speaking, he dragged Jiang Chen and was about to push him into the police car. Kim Yang came over and hugged Jiang Chen's legs. He is a good man, he didn't kill my father. If you don't let him go, I will go with you. I know they are in the same group. At worst, I will die and go downstairs to accompany my father. Anyway, I have never felt the warmth of home except here. Apart from this, I have never known that there can be warmth in life for more than 10 years. After King Yan finished yelling, Chu Shixin reached out and grabbed the captain's hand. You can't take him away. Let go. The captain looked at Chu Shixin with a serious face, and suddenly several SWAT submachine guns were pointed at the captain and others. Let him go. Hu Jiang walked out of the SWAT. He came over and patted the captain on the shoulder. I'm sorry, I'm afraid you'll have to make a wasted trip this time. This is the Desert Control Development Zone in Delane Village, Saxi Province. If you want to arrest someone here, you should go to the province to get the documents first. If you can get the documents, I will let you arrest people. If you can't get the documents, get out of my territory now. Hu Jiang's finger had already poked the captain's forehead after he finished speaking. The captain looked at the car full of special police and the tough Chu Shixin and Hu Jiang. He knew that these people were tough. These people would go directly to the province at any time, without even meeting the city. Okay, you wait for me. After the captain said this, he opened Jiang Chen's handcuffs and turned to get in the car. After the captain got in the car, Kim Zwang's wife saw that even the captain couldn't do anything to Jiang Chen, so he hurriedly pulled his mother and got in the car and ran away in shame. Chapter 138 Dare to Sue Me. After a group of people got in the car and ran away, Kim Yan sat on the ground and cried. She was crying for her father. Although her father was sick and lying on the hospital bed. But her father had never reached the point of dying. Don't cry, they dare not come to Delane Village to catch you. Jiang Chen came to comfort her, and King Yan looked at Jiang Chen and said, I want to go see my dad. Seeing that King Yan was about to leave, Tang Yanqi and others also came to persuade her. You can't go back now. If you go back, they will definitely sell you. Girl, your father is gone. But if you don't mind, you can come to our Tang family to be a girl. You will stay in Delane Village in the future, and our Tang family will take care of you. After Tang Yongjun finished speaking, Kim Yan was moved to tears again. I want to stay, but my father passed away, I have to go back to see him. Kim Yan was very firm, but Jiang Chen shook his head. You can't go back now. If I'm not mistaken, they came here to make trouble this time just for the secret recipe on you. Speaking of the secret recipe, a group of people suddenly realized. Yes, they might have killed your father just for the secret recipe. Child, you can't go back. The reason why your father passed the secret recipe to you is definitely because he didn't want the secret recipe to fall into the hands of the two of them. That's right, little girl, if you go back now, it will be like a sheep walking into a tiger's mouth. After a group of people finished talking, Jiang Chen said, "Don't worry, they will definitely come again. Just sit here and wait for them to come to you." Jiang Chen was right. When Song and King Zhuang went back, they soon started arguing. "What did you do? Who asked you to kill your father?" After closing the door, Song cursed at King Zhuang. King Zhuang was not afraid either. He took a stool and sat down. "He deserves it. He never believed us. He has had the secret recipe in his hand for 18 years. Did he teach you? Every time he makes braised dishes, he goes up to mix it himself, and he also takes it to a place where there's no surveillance. He did all this on purpose." King Zhuang said, but he looked relieved. "Then you can't kill anyone either. Killing is against the law, don't you know that?" Song was so angry that she really wanted to slap her son who was ignorant all day long. Speaking of killing people, King Zhuang was not afraid at all. "Who said I killed him? Now it was that bitch King Yuan who killed him. She killed someone and ran away. If you stick to this point, she is the only murderer. Also, I am helping you. You know, I found a will under his bed. He said that after he died, the whole hotel would only be given to his daughter, and there would be no share for the two of us." After King Zhuang shouted, Song was so angry that she almost fainted. She had been calculating all her life. But what she never expected was that she would be old now. Seeing that she was about to inherit the family property, she was actually tricked by the dead old man. Could it be that he knows the truth? Song muttered to herself, and King Zhuang sneered. "A fool can see that I am nothing like my father. Tell me now, who was my real father?" Time passed little by little, and Jiang Chen received a subpoena from the Nancha City Court at dawn the next day. Song of Lao King Noodle House sued Jiang Chen and King Yan for murdering King Pu, the owner of Lao King Noodle House. After the court subpoena was delivered, the whole Delane village was in an uproar. What's more hateful is that this Song didn't know who was instructing her. Not only did they sue Jiang Chen, they also spread rumors and accused Jiang Chen online. Jiang Chen was originally a public figure. So when the news that Jiang Chen abducted the daughter of Lao King Noodle House and killed the boss became a hot search, soon, all the enterprises in Delane Village were affected. William Restaurant, which originally purchased beef from Delane Village, immediately announced the suspension of its cooperation with the Delane Village farm. Then someone launched a campaign to boycott Mi Chen Restaurant and all the live broadcast rooms of artists in Delane Village on the internet. This news quickly plunged Delane Village into a trough. At noon, Chu Shixin and others rushed to Jiang Chen's office. "Xiao Chen, our Delane village is undergoing a major construction. Our province has invested so much money, and our reputation cannot be slandered in the slightest. We must find a way to solve this matter quickly." Chu Shixin finished speaking, and soon Chu Shixin received a call from the province. "Hey, what's going on with you? It's a big deal online now. The higher-ups just told me that this matter must be resolved as soon as possible." After the director on the other end of the phone finished speaking, Jiang Chen reached out to take the phone. "I didn't do this, they are the villains who filed the complaint first. But I'm not afraid. Didn't they sue me? I request that the trial be held the day after tomorrow. I only need 1 day to collect evidence, and I can deal with them." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the other party heard Jiang Chen's voice, thought about it, and agreed. "I'm calling Lincha City right now. The case will be tried the day after tomorrow. I warn you, Delane Village is not just your business now. It's related to the future of our Z province, and even more to the fate of our dragon country in the desert. So if you really like a girl, you can marry her in a formal way." After the director scolded him, Jiang Chen, "I already have a marriage partner, so you don't have to worry about this matter. Black can never turn white, and white can never turn black. Just wait for the truth." Jiang Chen finished speaking and hung up the phone. "Chen, why don't you start a live broadcast and tell your fans now? Otherwise, with so many hot searches hanging on it, do you know how much income our Delane village will be affected by this day?" Chu Shixin finished speaking, but Jiang Chen did not mean to start a live broadcast to explain. "When others don't trust you, everything you say is wrong, even your breathing is wrong. I'll go collect evidence, you guys just wait for the truth." Jiang Chen said and drove Chu Shixin out of the house. The room became quiet, and Jiang Chen knew that this matter could not be solved from the outside. So he had to ask his grandfather for help. After going into the house and lying down, Jiang Chen soon came to a dark palace. Grandpa, I have something to find you." Jiang Chen shouted towards the hall, and soon his grandfather appeared. "My dear grandson, is there anything I can help you with?" It was night in the underworld, and all the ghosts and monsters were asleep, so the hall was unusually quiet. I need to find someone. He is King Pu, the owner of Lao King Noodle House in Linsha City. He was killed, and I want to talk to his soul. Jiang Chen knew that the only way to solve the case now is to find the murdered boss Qin. After all, he couldn't go to Linsha City now. Once he went to Linsha, Song might team up with many people to plot to harm him. That's easy. As long as he hasn't been reincarnated, I can find him. You go back to the world of the living and wait. Come back in 3 hours. After Grandpa finished speaking, Jiang Chen hurried back to the world of the living. When Jiang Chen woke up, a group of people had come to the door of his house. Jiang Chen, open the door quickly. It's no big deal. We will help you carry it together. Brother Chen, thank you for your help. I won't cause any trouble to everyone this time. I will go back to Linsha. I will return the secret recipe to them, and I ask them not to sue you. After the group of people at the door shouted, Jiang Chen squeaked and pushed the door open. What are you thinking? I wanted to let them go. But since they dare to ruin my reputation, I will never forgive them. Chapter 139 No. 31 Haiti Village. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Chu Shixin and others began to persuade him. Jiang Chen, I know you are powerful. But the trial will start tomorrow, and now you must hire a lawyer to collect evidence. That's right, the trial is so urgent. We haven't been to Linsha City, where can we collect evidence? Lu Bing finished speaking on the side, and Jiang Chen just said calmly, go and find a lawyer for me. If we can't find evidence, do you think they can find evidence easily? Don't forget, whoever sues should provide evidence. They sued, so naturally they should find evidence. The reason why Jiang Chen was anxious about the trial time was to catch the other party off guard. Then we can't just sit and wait for death. After several people finished speaking, Jiang Chen smiled and said, don't worry. By the way, Ludwig, call William Restaurant. Tell them that the price of beef will increase from now on, and now it has increased to 3,500 per caddy. By the way, tell them that if there's a next time, they will never get our beef again. This William Restaurant was the first to stand up to him when he was in trouble. Jiang Chen gave him the best parts of beef. A cow can only have such good parts, which weigh only a dozen pounds. So Jiang Chen didn't spoil them. By the way, contact a few more steak makers. Let them share the same quantity in the future. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Lu Bing sighed. Jiang Chen, don't even mention raising the price. Even if we sell it to them at a lower price, they won't buy it now. Just tell them what I said. By the way, the trial will still be broadcast online tomorrow. Tell them that I will open the trial in Longchen County Court. Jiang Chen has the right to choose the place of prosecution. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Chu Shixin went to do this for him. Time passed little by little, and 3 hours had passed in a blink of an eye. Jiang Chen quickly lay down and fell asleep. Entering the Sand God Temple again, Jiang Chen saw the man who was not very tall. The man had lost weight to a certain extent, with only ribs left on his body. My dear grandson, come and see if this is the person you are looking for. The god of sand, dressed in an official robe, looked at Jiang Chen and said that. Jiang Chen quickly looked down at the man kneeling on the ground. Were you King Yuan's father? After Jiang Chen said that, a light suddenly lit up in the eyes of King Pu, who had turned into a ghost. I am. Who are you? That's right, I am the one who rescued King Yuan from your noodle shop. Now your wife and children are suing King Yuan for killing you, and the trial will start tomorrow. I need you to tell me who the murderer is. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and when the old man heard that his wife and son were suing his daughter, he gritted his teeth and cursed angrily. This pair of dogs, mother and son, I knew he had no good intentions. I beg you to save my daughter. As long as you can save my daughter, I am willing to give you the entire restaurant. Kim Pu knelt on the ground and begged, and Jiang Chen quickly helped him up. I will save your daughter, you just need to tell me the cause of your death honestly. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the god of sand asked him to speak quickly. After all, this is the underworld. Staying here for too long will shorten your life. I'll tell you, yesterday my infidel son came to me again to ask for money. I saw that he spent money like water, so I didn't want to give him any. He rummaged through the money under my bed and found the will I left for my daughter. After reading the will, he saw that I didn't leave him any property, so he reached out and strangled me to death. After King Pu finished speaking, Jiang Chen hurriedly asked, do you remember the specific time? The specific time should be when it was almost dawn. At that time, I could almost see the light outside the window. After King Pu finished speaking, Jiang Chen asked another question. Kim Zwang is your son, why don't you leave him an inheritance? Jiang Chen asked, and when he said this, Kim Pu's eyes burst into a fierce murderous intent. Humph, the mother and daughter will never get a penny from me. To tell you the truth, Zhuang is not my biological son at all. This man was born to my wife and an apprentice in my noodle shop behind my back. She thought I didn't know that I had secretly done a paternity test. Also, now that apprentice betrayed me and opened a noodle shop. He never got my exclusive secret recipe. So now he is being suppressed by his competitors. He came back these 2 days, and he teamed up with my wife to drive my daughter away. They also wanted to force me to hand over the secret recipe and then rob my restaurant. Humph, don't think I don't know all this. I have already told my daughter the secret recipe, and I have also made a will to give all my property to my daughter. Kim Pu said proudly, and Jiang Chen shook his head. No, the will has been destroyed by them. Now if your daughter loses the lawsuit, she will also be charged with murder and go to jail. Jiang Chen finished speaking and began to think. Now it is impossible to ask King Pu to testify. So we must think of a way. It doesn't matter, I have kept a trick. You go find Afu, the dishwasher in our Lao King noodle shop. He is my old employee and has been with me for more than 20 years. He is loyal to me. Although he has been helping me wash dishes, I have taken care of his family. I have left the will and paternity test report with him. You can go and get them. By the way, when you go to get them, tell him that it is no. 31 Haiti village, and he will understand. Kim Pu finished speaking, and Jiang Chen saw that the time was almost up, so he prepared to leave. Okay, as long as I have these evidences, I am not afraid. Now I will go back to organize the evidence, and I will win this lawsuit tomorrow. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and before leaving, Kim Pu begged again. My daughter has never been to school, but she is very kind. I beg you to take care of her more in the human world. Kim Pu finished speaking, and Jiang Chen assured him. Don't worry, I will treat her like my own sister. I will let her stay in Delane village, and I will find a good family for her in the future. Jiang Chen finished speaking and left the Sun Temple. Returning to the human world again, Jiang Chen dialed a number based on the phone number provided by King Pu. After the number was dialed, Jiang Chen heard an old voice on the other end of the phone. Who are you? No. 31 Haiti village, I want the paternity test and will in your hand. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the old man opposite shed tears of excitement. That's great, someone is finally willing to help Jiang. You come to Haiti village, Bibo County, come here quickly now. Okay, I'll be there right away. After Jiang Chen hung up the phone, he drove to Haiti village, Bibo County. It took Jiang Chen 5 hours of driving before he arrived at Haiti village, Bibo County, next to Longchen County. When he arrived at Haiti village, Jiang Chen met an old man with a cane at the entrance of the village. The old man was 60 years old, his eyes were a little cloudy, and his waist was badly bent. I'm Afu, it's great, I thought no one would help Jiang in this life. After Afu finished speaking, he tremblingly took out a document wrapped in more than 10 layers of plastic paper from his arms. Thank you. Jiang Chen took the document after he finished speaking. He looked back at the small village in front of him. This small village is quite far from the desert, but it is still a very poor village. May I ask why Boss King asked me to say no? 31, Haiti village. This code puzzled Jiang Chen. Hey, that's the King family's ancestral home. They used to be landlords, and their noodles were passed down from their ancestors. My family used to work as farmhands for their family, and when I was young, I had the best relationship with him. After Boss King fell ill, he told me that he left his things with me. Whoever can tell me their house number in the future, let me give him the things. Chapter 140 The evil plan succeeds. After the old man finished speaking, Jiang Chen took out a wad of money from his pocket and handed it to him. This is a little gift from Boss King, take it. You can't take it, Boss King has helped me all of my life. You see, he also helped me with the money for my son's wedding, and he also paid for my wife's illness. Although the old man was fired yesterday, he did not complain at all. Take it, I was entrusted by someone. If this matter is not handled well, you will have a hard time in the underworld. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he took out tens of thousands of yuan and stuffed it into the old man's hand. Before leaving, Jiang Chen asked again, who used to be an employee of Lao King's noodle shop and later went out to open a noodle shop. After knowing the answer, Jiang Chen drove away. When he returned to Delane village again, it was already dark. The lawyer hired by Jiang Chen had already arrived in Delane village. After Jiang Chen had a brief communication with the lawyer began to look up legal documents and prepared for tomorrow's response. Just after night, after dawn, Jiang Chen and others finished washing and dressed neatly and drove to the county court. At this moment, I came to the county court, and the online trial court of the county court has been opened. With the experience of the previous online cloud trial, the online cloud trial technology of the county court has been improved a lot this time. Apart from anything else, this online cloud trial has also opened a reward function. Of course, all the fees for these cloud trials will be donated to the construction of Longchen County. This is also the main reason why Longchen County is very active in agreeing to this trial. At 9 o'clock, the trial officially began. Jiang Chen and King An stood in the defendant's seat, and Song Yin or Song King Zwang stood in the plaintiff's seat. There were also many people listening to the trial, and many companies that were deeply affected by Delane Village came. Of course, some people from Lincha City also came. Jiang Chen saw a familiar figure from the audience. I declare that the court is now in session, and everyone stands up. After everyone stood up, the judge spoke soon. Plaintiff, please make a statement. The judge looked at the plaintiff's lawyer and said, and the plaintiff's lawyer Fan Yiming stood up. We are suing Jiang Chen and King An for colluding with each other to steal the recipe and property of Lao King restaurant. They killed our plaintiff's father King Pu at 8 p.m. on June 3 and stole the recipe. We demand that the defendant return the recipe of Lao King Noodle House and bring King An and Jiang Chen to justice. The plaintiff's lawyer said and presented the evidence. He presented a video. The video showed that King An had entered King Pu's room at 8 p.m. In addition, in the autopsy report, they detected King An's fingerprints on King Pu's clothes. After Fan Yiming finished speaking, more than 1.4 million people had gathered in the cloud court to watch online. At the same time, various comments filled the live broadcast room. Hey, you really have to say, this King An is really beautiful. I never thought that Jiang Chen would be such a person. Just because she is beautiful, he killed her father with her. And robbed her of her recipe and property. This kind of person is really rubbish. He becomes bad when he sees that no one has money. He even abandoned our big anchor Tang Yan when he became rich. Now he is even engaged in the business of killing people for this woman. People like this should go to hell. In ancient times, these two types of people should be put into a pig cage and thrown into the water. It's too early for you to draw such a conclusion before the truth of the matter is revealed. Every time there's a problem, he will stand up online at the first time. But this time, he didn't even dare to fart. Obviously he was guilty. After a group of fans finished speaking, many people paid money to throw rotten eggs. In the court, the judge looked at the defendant again. Defendant, do you have anything to say? The judge looked at Jiang Chen, and Jiang Chen's lawyers Hu Yanning stood up. I object. Our defendant arrived in Lincha City at 7 o'clock that day and booked a room in the hotel that night. After checking in at the hotel, our defendant arrived at Lao King Noodle House at 7:30. After arriving at the Noodle House, our defendant had dinner with his business partners in Quanyan Hall. Until 8:30, our defendant was angry because everyone had drugged King An. So he took King An away from Lao King Noodle House and drove back to Longchen County. We have the surveillance camera in the car as evidence of the whole process. After Zhu Yanning finished speaking, he handed over Jiang Chen's driving recorder in the car. I object. This dash cam can only show that you took away the defendant King An at 8:30. It can't prove that he colluded with King Pu to kill him in the hotel. I object to. Before that, our defendant didn't know King An. What reason did our defendant have to colluded with King An to kill his father? After Zhu Yanning finished accusing, Fan Yiming also stood up. If they didn't know each other, why did Jiang Chen take her away? If they didn't collude with each other, why did Jiang Chen hold her back when we wanted to take her back the next day? After Fan Yiming finished shouting, the internet quickly spread the news. Do you know? Yesterday, Kim Yan's mother went to Delane Village to ask for her. This Jiang Chen beat her mother's face until it was swollen. I saw it on the internet, it was so cruel. Kidnapping someone's daughter and beating our mother like this is simply the behavior of a beast. The most hateful thing is this group of unruly people in Delane Village. Not only did they not let her go, they also shouted that no one could take her away from here. No more talking, from now on I will boycott everything in Delane Village. We must boycott them. I have already cancelled my reservation at Mission Hotel. I will tell all my relatives to stay away from Delane Village. And looking at the messages from a group of fans, Liu Yizhuan in the audience showed a triumphant smile. Why don't you let her go? Let's listen to everyone's opinions. I think everyone here may not know that King Yan is not Song Yi's biological daughter. After Song Yi married, she either beat or scolded King Yan. When the incident happened, Song Yi also sold King Yan to Liu Yizhuan. I don't know how much they agreed on. At that time, Zhao Fanming had already put drugs in the water cup. We took King Yan away to prevent Liu Yizhuan from ruining King Yan. Here, we request the release of the video on the second floor of Lao King Noodle House. After Zhu Yanning finished speaking, Song Yi shook her head and said, the surveillance on the second floor is broken. I didn't beat King Yuan at all. Although she is not my biological daughter, I treat her better than my biological daughter. So I can't let her accompany me to drink, and I can't sell her to others. After Song had finished speaking, the live broadcast room soon started to discuss again. Damn, why did the surveillance break down at the critical moment? This woman doesn't look very good. I'm afraid she didn't deliberately break the surveillance. The surveillance on the second floor is broken, so why is the surveillance at his father's door working? As long as the surveillance is broken, I can conclude that there is something fishy going on. After a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen requested to present a witness. You said that you are very good to your adopted daughter. I disagree. I request to present a witness. After Zhu Yanning finished speaking, Fang Yiming objected. I object, this matter has nothing to do with this case. The objection is invalid, present a witness. After the judge finished speaking, the live broadcast room soon became restless. This judge is straightforward, no matter if he is related or not, present the witness first, haha. Alas, how many people will be good to their adopted daughter? I hope this person will not let us down. When a group of people were talking, a few people came to the witness stand. Chapter 141a. Perfect Murder. I was King Yuan's first grade homeroom teacher. Kim Yuan was a girl with very good grades. When she first came to our Liuquan Middle School, she ranked second in the class in the first exam. But after the exam, she stopped coming to school. We went to visit her home. At that time, her mother said, "What's the point of girls going to school? The family is short of people now," so she asked her to come back quickly and work in the noodle shop. We met King Yuan. I asked her if she wanted to go to school, but she didn't dare to speak. I asked her many times, and she cried. She said she wanted to go to school. As soon as the little girl finished speaking, her mother took a broom and hit her on the head. If I hadn't stopped her, her head would have been smashed. Since then, she has never come to school again. After King Yuan's first grade homeroom teacher finished speaking, Kim Yuan couldn't help crying when she recalled the past. Looking at King Yuan, who has grown into a big girl, her teacher couldn't help crying. It's her, I will prove her. She is not a good mother at all. She ruined her child's life, and this person is now coming to falsely accuse her. I am the first to oppose it. After the teacher finished speaking, he took off his shoes and was about to hit Song. Two bailiffs hurriedly carried her out. The court was a little chaotic for a while, and at the same time, many of King Yuan's classmates who were watching the live broadcast stood up. I am King Yuan's elementary school classmate. I can prove that her mother beats her every day. I was her classmate in the first grade of junior high school. She was beautiful and had good grades in the first grade of junior high school. At that time, she was the envy of all the boys in our class. I was her elementary school classmate. Once when I passed by her door, I saw her stepmother hitting her back with a stick. This little girl is quite miserable. When I was a child, I often saw her brother riding on her neck and making her crawl on the ground like a horse. Her mother also often beat her. Some people stood up on the internet, and some people stood up in the court. I am her neighbor. When they opened a restaurant in Longchen County, I often saw her beat this girl. I am also her neighbor, and I can prove that her stepmother is not good to her at all. Beating and scolding are common, and she is often not given food. After several neighbors finished talking, everyone started to talk about it. How can there be such a stepmother? Oh my God, is this stepmother still human? Just when Songyi's reputation was declining, Liu Yizhuan was also sweating anxiously. They came to this lawsuit today, not necessarily to let Jiang Chen do anything. They just want Jiang Chen to give up for the sake of his reputation, and then prove King Yuan's guilt. I hit her, what's wrong? I am her mother, so I can't hit her. What's the point of girls going to school? They are not boys, they have to carry on the family line. After Songyi finished speaking, her defense lawyer stood up. I object, this matter has nothing to do with the case. After the lawyer finished speaking, Zhu Yanning stood up again. Although this matter has nothing to do with this case, it also explains why our defendant took King Yuan away from the hotel. At the same time, it also explains why the defendant went to Dilane village to ask for the defendant, and we did not allow her to take the defendant away. In addition, we would like to request further verification of King Pu's time at death. After the lawyer finished speaking, Fang Yiming objected. I object. The time at death of our plaintiff has been verified by our most authoritative anatomy center. They are just stalling for time. I object to re-examination. Regarding the time of King Pu's death, the time given by Lincha City is 8 o'clock in the evening. This is the time when Jiang Chen had dinner at the restaurant. But Jiang Chen knew that King Pu's real time at death should be at dawn in the early morning. Mr. Judge, I would like to ask the plaintiff, is anyone of the real recipe of Lao Cane Noodle House besides the deceased Cane Pru? After the lawyer finished speaking, the judge looked at the plaintiff. I object to answering, this matter has nothing to do with this case. After the lawyer finished speaking, a group of people questioned on the internet. Wait, why do I feel that the taste is wrong? Since you ask for the recipe back, how can this matter have nothing to do with this case? I feel like there might be something wrong with their autopsy. This place is really full of doubts. Just because King Yan went to her father's room, can it prove that she killed someone? It's too much of a joke to accuse King Yan of murder based on this. I feel there's nothing wrong with the daughter going into her father's room to take care of her. And after a group of fans finished speaking, the judge agreed to the defendant's request. Please answer, plaintiff. No one knows this secret recipe except my old man. However, she forced my old man to tell her the recipe and then strangled her to death. After Song finished speaking, Zhu Yan took a screenshot of the text message and presented it. This is a text message with mosaics on the recipe. This is a text message we received at 2 o'clock in the middle of the night. This is the content of the recipe sent to her by her father himself. I would like to ask, how can a person who died at 8 o'clock send a text message at 2 o'clock in the evening? After Zhu Yan finished speaking, the whole audience was shocked. Damn, death at 8 o'clock, text message at 2 o'clock, are you serious? Is the body part fake? Oh my god, what is going on? Did Jiang Chen commit a crime? Why after such a long trial, I think Jiang Chen is a good person. After a group of people finished speaking, Zhu Yan stood up again. I request to re-verify the time of King Pu's death. After Zhu Yan finished speaking, everyone agreed. What are you afraid of? What's wrong with re-verifying it? Judge, let the verdict be made, it must be re-verified. If you have nothing to hide, then don't object. Verify it for them to see, since they are murderers, they can't be cleared. When a group of people were shouting, Liu Zhuan and others became anxious. Because time was too tight, they wanted to frame King Yan for this matter, so they could only use tricks on the body parts. So, they dared to re-verify it. I object. The objection is invalid. Now the case is announced that the Longchen County Procuratorate will re-verify the time of death of the body. The court is now adjourned and will be retried tomorrow. The judge announced the adjournment. After the adjournment, Jiang Chen looked at Liu Zhuan in the distance and left. Wait, come again tomorrow, you will see. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Liu Zhuan's face was bruised. After the adjournment, Jiang Chen and King Yan left the court under the protection of a group of ordinary people. Jiang Chen received a call from Liu Zhuan just after he arrived at the door of the court. Hey, how about finding a place to talk? After Liu Zhuan finished speaking, Jiang Chen refused. Don't think I don't know that you found someone to smear me online. There's nothing to talk about this. Just wait for tomorrow's trial. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Liu Zhuan was also very annoyed. Let's talk about it. Let me buy all your wheat. I'll sign a 10-year purchase agreement with you, and I'll give you 2 yuan per kilogram. We are all doing business. Don't let King Yan hurt our harmony. Really. Think about it, do you need women? If you do, I'll get you as many beauties as you want. Let's reconcile today. We are all doing business. What can't we talk about? What we want is very simple. Send King Yan on him, and I'll give you as much money as you want. After Liu Zhuan finished speaking, Jiang Chen hung up the phone. This matter is no longer a problem that can be solved with money. After the next day, when Jiang Chen and others appeared in the court, there were already more than 3 million people waiting in the cloud court. After the court opened, the number of people in the cloud court began to surge. In less than 10 minutes, the number of people reached 5 million. Chapter 142 Personal Appraisal. The court is now in session. Everyone stand up. After the court session began, the two sides entered into a tug of war again. However, today, Song Yi seemed to have aged a lot overnight. Her arrogant son also dyed his hair black again, put on a suit, and looked like a good man. We request the release of yesterday's autopsy report. After the court session began, Jiang Chen's lawyer Zhu Yan was the first to stand up. Speaking of the release of the autopsy report, the Longchen County Procuratorate soon issued a certificate. According to the autopsy report jointly made by Sun Chen, the exact time of death of the deceased should be around 5 o'clock on June 3. After the Procuratorate issued the autopsy report, the whole audience was in an uproar. Since he died at 5 o'clock, does this mean that it has nothing to do with King Yan and Jiang Chen? Oh my god, what the hell is Linsha City doing? The difference in the time of death is too big. Linsha City must give an explanation. Brothers, get started and make Lynchosity a hot search. No need to do it, didn't you see the announcement? Half an hour ago, Lynchosity announced the reason for the time difference. That's right, they have already come forward. Those who made the autopsy report took money from relevant personnel and made a false autopsy report. They have now been expelled and placed under criminal detention. Damn, they can also fake this matter. They really have no conscience. After a group of people finished speaking, the judge looked at the plaintiff. Do you have any other evidence to prove that King Yan and Jiang Chen killed the person? After the judge finished speaking, Song Yi shook her head. Because time is too tight, there is only one day, where can they forge evidence? You don't have it, so now it's my turn to present the evidence. First, I request to present the cause of King Pu's death. After Zhu Yanning finished speaking, the court gave the results of the appraisal. The joint appraisal results between us and Jiang Chen show that King Pu died of suffocation. We found obvious marks of strangulation on his neck. We extracted relevant fingerprints. After the representative of the prosecution finished speaking, Jiang Chen smiled. When the county went to do the autopsy yesterday, Jiang Chen also specifically reminded them to pay attention to King Pu's neck. After the prosecutor finished speaking, at the instruction of Jiang Chen, Zhu Yanning pointed at King Zhuang and said, Mr. Judge, I request to compare the fingerprints of King Zhuang with those on the neck of the deceased King Pu. After Zhu Yanning finished speaking, Fan Yiming stood up and said, I object. This has nothing to do with this case. Now I suspect that King Zhuang murdered King Pu for the inheritance of the old King Hotel. I have a will written by King Pu himself. This will clearly states that King Yan is the only heir to the old King restaurant. After Zhu Yanning finished speaking, he submitted the will written by King Pu to the court on the spot. Looking at the will provided by Zhu Yanning, King Zhuang and his daughter in the plaintiff's seat instantly went crazy. That's fake. How could the old King restaurant be given to a daughter? She must have forced my father to write it down. After Song Yi finished speaking, Zhu Yanning provided another piece of evidence. Here is a piece of evidence that is enough to prove that this will is real. This is a paternity test done by King Pu before his death. In this test report, King Zhuang and King Pu have no blood relationship. After you finish speaking, you need to show everyone a paternity test report on the spot. Looking at the paternity test report, Song Yi was confused and almost fainted in the court. This paternity test report is fake. Fan Yiming finished speaking, Jiang Chen sneered and stood up. Let me tell you a story. I object, this is a court, not a place to tell stories. Fan Yiming stood up and shouted, and the judge knocked the gavel. The objection is invalid. After the judge finished speaking, the entire internet burst into laughter. Ha ha ha, this judge is so cute. The objection is invalid, look at Fan Yiming's head. I feel that their foxtail can no longer be hidden. Damn, I thought they could bring Jiang Chen down this time, but it turns out that they are the thief crime catch thief. The internet is a terrible place. Because he is famous, as long as someone lets the trend, others will follow immediately. I hope you can tell everyone the truth, not just a story. And after a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen began to tell his story. Once upon a time, there was a man who was born into a family of noodle shop owners. They had been famous for running noodle shops for generations. This generation has been the 7th generation, and he also makes a living by running a noodle shop. Later, he got married and had a daughter, but unfortunately, his wife died 3 years after giving birth to the child. At this time, a couple saw the opportunity. They wanted to steal the recipe of this noodle shop, so the man became an apprentice in the noodle shop. He was an apprentice for 5 years, and he had memorized the noodles by heart. But every time he was making ingredients, the master asked him to go away. Seeing that he couldn't get the recipe, he instigated his girlfriend to marry the boss whose wife had died. After the girlfriend got married, she didn't expect that the man still refused to give the secret recipe to his wife. Later, they had no choice but to keep lurking. Until one day they gave birth to a son. Of course, the son was the result of a reconciliation with the student. Seeing that there was no hope, the student left the noodle shop and built a chain brand. Later, they quarreled over something and lost contact. Later, when the student's noodle shop encountered vicious competition from other noodle shops. In order to keep the market, he thought of the recipe of his old boss again. He found it again, and this time the old boss happened to be seriously ill. So they wanted to squeeze the old boss's daughter away together, and then snatch the secret recipe and swallow it the whole noodle shop. By the way, at this time their son already knew his biological father. So the three of them joined forces to try to seize the inheritance and occupy the secret recipe. It's just that the old boss was smart. He made a will in advance and gave the secret recipe to his only daughter. So his adopted son strangled him to death and then put the blame on his daughter. It's just a pity that he didn't expect that his old boss actually had a trick up his sleeve. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Liu Yizhuan and Song Yi's faces changed drastically. You're talking nonsense, you're accusing people. After the two shouted, Jiang Chen raised his hand. Mr. Judge, I request a paternity test for King Zhuang and Liu Yizhuan. Jiang Chen pointed at King Zhuang and Liu Yizhuan in the audience and said this, and the whole audience was in an uproar. Damn, is this story true? This is too outrageous. For someone's recipe, he still cuckolded him. This person is really bad. What's more hateful is that now that he sees that someone has died, he comes to squeeze out his daughter and wants to seize his property. Wait, isn't this Liu Yizhuan the boss of the Big Bone Noodle? Could it be that the Big Bone Noodle that is popular all over the country actually stole the recipe of Lao King Noodle House? This story is really getting more and more exciting. Ha ha ha, watching the cloud court in Longchen County is even more interesting than watching TV dramas. Brothers, the cloud court is now on the hot search, and you can see that the live broadcast room has exceeded 8 million people. When a group of fans were talking, Fang Yiming stood up again. I object, this matter has nothing to do with this case. After Fang Yiming finished shouting, Zhu Yanning stood up again. I object. Only by verifying the blood relationship between Liu Yizhuan and King Zhuang can we determine whether they have joined forces to kill King Pu and whether they have jointly robbed the King family's property. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelas. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 143 Severing Relationship. In the court, everyone looked at the judge. Especially Liu Yizhuan. He knew that once his reputation was ruined, the bone noodle soup would be completely over. Their blood relationship must be verified. I'll send out a big rocket to verify. Ha ha ha, look, someone is panicking. The more panicked they are, the more it shows that there is something wrong with this matter. After a group of fans finished speaking, the judge knocked the hammer. The objection is invalid. Verify the parent-child relationship between King Zhuang and Liu Yizhuan. Now I announce the adjournment and retrial after the results come out. After the adjournment, the bailiff summoned Liu Yizhuan. At this moment, Liu Yizhuan, Song Yi and others looked ashen. Really, they have been planning for so long. Now it is about to succeed, but it was ruined by this unpromising King Zhuang. If King Zhuang was not eager to kill that old thing, then they would definitely succeed if they slowly plotted. As night fell, the Longchen County Procuratorate began to compare the fingerprints on King Pu's neck with King Zhuang. At the same time, they verified the blood relationship between Liu Yizhuan and King Zhuang. 3 days later, the trial was held again in Longchen County. This time, the entire process was still live broadcasted online. Unlike the past, the number of people who watched the trial reached more than 5 million right after the opening of the court. Everyone seemed to be watching a TV series. The difference was that this time it was the finale, so there were a lot of people watching. When the trial began, Fang Yiming no longer had the same vigor as in the previous 2 times. Dear Judge, we request to show the paternity test of King Zhuang and Liu Yizhuan. After the trial began, Jiang Chen's lawyer Zhu Yanning took the lead. After Zhu Yanning finished speaking, the court began to show the paternity test provided by the prosecution. The paternity test we did in Dichen shows that Liu Yizhuan and King Zhuang are father and son. After the prosecution finished speaking, everyone on the computer cheered. Not only the people in Yihua village, but also those who were watching the live broadcast cheered. 666, ha 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 ha, the attempt to join forces to get someone else's property was exposed, and now the whole Longo knows about it. They were still promoting themselves online a few days ago, but now their online army is gone. Maybe they have given up struggling. Anyway, as far as I know, fewer and fewer people are eating Big Bone Lo Mein now. Big Bone Lo Mein was originally suppressed by Taeku Lo Mein, and now its reputation has collapsed and it is hopeless. Alas, I always thought their noodles were delicious before, but now I don't feel like eating them even if they taste good. And after a group of fans finished talking, Zhu Yanning stood up again in the courtroom. On the night when King Pu got into trouble, Liu Yizhuan and others had entered and exited Lao King restaurant. So we have reason to believe that this murder was planned by them together. Dear Judge, this is the surveillance we extracted from the store next to him. The surveillance shows that Liu Yizhuan entered Loji Noodle restaurant on the same day. In addition, we request to show the results of comparing the fingerprints on King Pu's neck with those of King Zhuang's Wang. After Jiang Chen's lawyer finished speaking, the prosecution presented two comparison pictures. After our criminal investigation department's comparison, we found that the pinch marks on King Pu's neck were made by King Zhuang's Wang. After the prosecution finished speaking, everything was settled. Now I am going to sue King Zhuang's Wang and his biological parents on behalf of my client for conspiring to murder my King Yuan's father. Zhu Yan pointed at King Zhuang's Wang and said. In front of this pile of evidence, the arrogant King Zhuang's Wang was dumbfounded. Defendant's lawyer, do you have any rebuttal evidence? The judge said and looked at Fang Yiming. Fang Yiming had closed the file in despair. No. Fang Yiming said, and the judge looked at King Zhuang's Wang and his biological parents again. Defendant, do you have anything to say? As soon as the judge finished speaking, Liu Zhuan suddenly stood up. I did not participate in the murder of King Pu. I admit that I gave birth to King Zhuang's Wang with Song He, but this is only a moral matter, which cannot prove that I killed King Pu. After Liu Zhuan finished speaking, Song He burst into curses and the plaintiff said, You have no conscience. We, mother and son, have suffered for you for so many years, and you treat us like this. You can't say that I killed someone even if you are wronged. I didn't kill anyone, which means I didn't kill anyone. I didn't instruct you to kill anyone. Until the day King Pu was killed, King Zhuang's Wang didn't know that I was his biological father. After Liu Zhuan finished speaking, King Zhuang's Wang was so scared that he became incontinent on the spot when he learned that he had committed murder. This is your bastard, take care of him yourself. If it weren't for you, this unfaithful man, how could I have given birth to this bastard? Now that something has happened, don't think of letting me take responsibility. Mr. Judge, it was this bastard who killed King Pu. This has nothing to do with me. I didn't kill anyone, and I didn't instruct him to kill anyone. He saw the will left by his father and killed his father in a rage. I was in Delane village when his father died, and I didn't know the whole process. Song Yi was angry and directly drew a clear line between herself and King Zhuang's Wang. She was not a woman with a conscience. Now that his biological father is here, she certainly doesn't want to have any relationship with Liu Zhuan, the father and son who has delayed her life. What's more, the son has hurt her heart for too long. Her son is idle every day, buying sports cars and ruining other people's girls. I don't know how much money she has lost. If she helps him now, she will lose the inheritance of Lao King Noodle House. She spent the first half of her life on Lao King Noodle House, and she can't let herself lie alone in the second half of her life. Dear Judge, we demand that the murderer of King Zhuang's Wang be held accountable. In addition, we demand that the Lao King restaurant be inherited strictly in accordance with the will. After Zhu Yan's lawyer finished speaking, Song Yi looked at her lawyer. I want to get my share of the property. After Song Yi finished speaking, Fang Yiming opened the notebook again. Now the plaintiff has become the defendant, and they began to snatch the property of Lao King Noodle House again. According to the inheritance law, we have the right to get half of the property. After Fang Yiming finished speaking, Zhu Yan stood up again. The property is designated to be inherited by King Yan, and Song Yi cheated first, which has already caused infidelity to the marriage. I requested to deprive her of the right of inheritance. I object. After the child was born, King Pu already knew this fact. He did not object at the time, which proves that he supported it. In addition, I demand that according to the provisions of the marriage law, I inherit half of the property of Lao King Noodle House. The other half of the property will be inherited by me and King Yan together. Now there is no doubt that King Zhuang's Wang no longer has the right of inheritance. So now the assets of Lao King Noodle House can only be inherited by King Yan and Song He. The court is now adjourned. The verdict will be announced after I discuss with the jury. While the two sides were arguing, the judge announced a recess. There was nothing to argue about now. The inheritance would not be divided based on loyalty or disloyalty. Damn, a woman like this still has the nerve to ask for property. Wait, shouldn't a woman like this be kicked out? She teamed up with others to fight for the inheritance, and now she wants to divide the inheritance. Now Lao King Noodle House is completely ruined. Army Chen Restaurant in Saxi Province, Delane Village Lamb Soup and Lao King Noodle House can be regarded as the three best in the area. It's a pity that Lao King Noodle House is going to collapse. Alas, everything is fate. I will never be able to eat noodles from Lao King Noodle House again. Chapter 144 Get the secret recipe. Time passed by minute, and 2 hours later the judge returned to the court. Everyone stand up, and now this court will begin to pronounce the verdict. The defendants King Yan and Jiang Chen are not guilty of murdering King Pu. King Zhuang's Wang is guilty of killing King Pu. This court pronounces the verdict and sentences King Zhuang's Wang to death with a 2-year reprieve in accordance with the law. Although Liu Zhuan is morally corrupt, he is not involved in the homicide case and is declared not guilty in this case. The verdict on the division of the property of Lao King Noodle House is as follows. Lao King Noodle House is jointly inherited by King Yuan and Song He. Song He will first inherit 1/2 of the property of Lao King Noodle House, and the property of King Yuan's father will be jointly inherited by Song He and King Yuan. Those who do not obey the verdict of this case can appeal within 15 working days. After the court's verdict came down, no one had any objection. Kim Wang's murder case was an established fact. Although Song He was morally corrupt, she did not divorce King Pru. Their property was the common property of the couple, so she enjoyed this inheritance right. Now I announce the adjournment of the court. After the court adjourned, Song He turned around and left the court without even looking at King Wang. From now on, once King Pru dies, she will have money. With money, she can live the life she wants and no longer be manipulated by others. Kim Wang was the only one left in the courtroom, and he was taken away by the bailiff with a dull look in his eyes. When Jiang Chen was about to get into the car after leaving the court, Liu Zhuan stopped him. Jiang Chen, what good can you get from doing this to me? I tell you, if you don't want me to have an easy life, I won't let you have an easy life either. Don't even think about selling any of your grain in Z province. After Liu Zhuan finished speaking, Jiang Chen sneered, really? To tell you the truth, I really don't plan to sell grain. You can do the noodle shop, and so can I, just wait and see. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the originally arrogant Liu Zhuan instantly felt that something was wrong. Now that he is suppressed by Takulamian, he is just missing a recipe. If King Yuan gives the inherited recipe of Lao King Noodle House to Jiang Chen, then this will really be his doomsday. I tell you, running a noodle shop is a very complicated business, you can't do it. After Liu Zhuan finished speaking, Jiang Chen had already left. Back in Lane village, Jiang Chen sent a lawyer to deal with the inheritance dispute of Lao King Noodle Shop. It was time for the village to decide where King Yuan would go. In the office, Jiang Chen called King Yuan over. Yuan, what are your plans now? Speaking of plans, Kim Yuan looked at a loss. She was young and still a girl. She didn't know how to do business, and she had no experience in doing other things. Besides, she had been bullied by Song Yi for more than 10 years. Now that her father was gone, she was at a loss. I don't know what to do. Kim Yuan lowered her head after speaking. She couldn't make a decision for herself now. It doesn't matter. I promised your father to treat you like my own sister. Now you are an orphan, and so am I. You will be my sister in Lane village in the future. As long as I have food, I will never let you suffer. Jiang Chen did promise King Pru. He was a man who kept his word. Thank you, brother. If it weren't for you, I would have been sent to prison by them. I know that what they missed most is my secret recipe. This secret recipe is useless in my hands. During this period of time, I lived in Lane village and learned that you live for everyone. Brother, you are so great, I want to be like you. We still have so much wheat that can't be sold in Longchen County. Today I will give you the secret recipe. Let's open our own noodle shop, harvest wheat ourselves, and run it ourselves. Kim Yuan wanted to give the secret recipe to Jiang Chen a long time ago. It can be said that everything she has now is given to her by Jiang Chen. And she met so many people in Lane village who stood up for him. They all regarded themselves as the children of Lane village, which touched him very much. Okay, then I won't be so hypocritical. Although we have found the murderer who killed your father, the person your father hated the most is still at large. If Liu Zhuan is not completely defeated this time, you can't avenge your father. You can't avenge him for bullying you that day. So I will open a noodle shop, which can be regarded as completing your family's inheritance. Don't worry, the name of our noodle shop is still Lao King Noodle Shop. I will invest in this noodle shop, and you will get the secret recipe. I will manage the business of the noodle shop in the future, and you will directly take 10% of the shares, which will be enough for you to live a life without worries. Jiang Chen will open a chain of noodle shops. Now the wheat harvest in the whole Longchen County and even the whole Saxi is good. If he can find a way out for the wheat in Saxi province, he can also indirectly save those people who are still struggling on the line of suffering. I listen to you, brother. Kim Yuan said, and Jiang Chen arranged for her to stay in Lane village. After getting the secret recipe, Jiang Chen started to get busy. First of all, he wanted to build a Lao King noodle restaurant. If this noodle restaurant wanted to flourish, it could not stay in Linsha City. So after a brief thought, Jiang Chen decided to open Lao King noodle restaurant in Dichen, the provincial capital. After making the decision, Jiang Chen first went to Lao King noodle restaurant in Linsha City. He wanted to keep all the chefs of the original Lao King noodle restaurant. The next day, he rushed to Linsha City, and the lawyer was communicating with Songy about the disposal of Lao King Noodle Restaurant. After negotiation, Songy was no longer willing to continue to run the noodle restaurant. She wanted to take a sum of money to the provincial capital and enjoy the rest of her life. Songy wanted money, and Jiang Chen wanted the noodle restaurant, so the lawyers on both sides soon reached an agreement. Jiang Chen gave Songy 4 million, and Songy gave up all the shares of Lao King Noodle Restaurant and the registration rights of Lao King Noodle Restaurant. Because she knew that without the secret noodle restaurant, even in her hands, it would be doomed to fail. Jiang Chen paid the money, and Songy moved out soon. After Songy moved out, Jiang Chen first appeased all the noodle restaurant staff. Then he increased everyone's salary, and after the salary increase, he promoted another manager. Half a month passed after everything was done. Half a month later, Jiang Chen transferred a few masters from Linsha City to Dichang. He also opened a Lao King Noodle restaurant in Dichang. After the 2 noodle restaurants were settled, Jiang Chen returned to Delane village. At this moment, all the wheat in Delane village has matured. The wheat began to be harvested, and Jiang Chen decided to build a flour mill. He wanted to create an industrial chain, from wheat planting to flour, and then from flour to noodle restaurants. After the decision, Jiang Chen went directly to Chu Shixin. Chu Shixin was very excited when he heard that Jiang Chen was going to build a flour mill. Now Delane village is in great need of enterprises. They are attracting investment everywhere, but no one comes. Great. Building a flour mill is a good thing. Longchen County is a big agricultural county. As long as we have a flour mill, we can buy as much wheat as we want. And although the wheat yield in our area is not high, the sunshine is sufficient to make noodles very chewy. Chu Shixin said and went with Jiang Chen to choose the location of the flour mill. There was no need to choose the location of the flour mill. Jiang Chen just built it next to the chili factory. The vacant land next to the chili factory was the demolition site that Jiang Chen had already negotiated. So all he needed to do was find an engineering team to harden the land, and then build the factory and buy equipment. Jiang Chen arranged for Wai Long to take charge of this matter temporarily. After the matter was arranged, it was soon July. In July, the midsummer arrived. After half a year of construction, the grassland of Delane village had expanded by 2,000 acres. With a large amount of green grass, the Delane village breeding farm started a large-scale breeding activity, so there were more sheep. With sheep, Liang Jianwei wanted to expand. Chapter 145 Professional Manager Jiang Chen agreed to help Liang Jianwei expand his Delane village mutton soup restaurant. So it was just the right time to announce the expansion of Lao King Noodle House to the whole country. He was going to defeat Liu Zhuan completely before the end of this winter. Jiang Chen rode directly to Dichang. After arriving in Dichang, Liang Jianwei had already led his team to hold more than a dozen national deployment meetings. When Jiang Chen arrived, they had already come up with a complete set of expansion plans. In the office of the Delane Village Mutton Soup head office in Dichang, after Jiang Chen came in, Liang Jianwei took the projector and walked into the office. "Boss, I need to report to you the results of our research." After Liang Jianwei came in and connected the computer, a PPT was soon opened on the projector. "Tell me, I will do my best to help you this month. I will tilt all my resources towards you. But you have to remember that I will only help you this time. All your development in the future will depend on yourself." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Liang Jianwei began to report. "Boss, don't worry, we can only succeed this time, and we can't fail. Boss, take a look, let me explain to you the model of our Delane Village Mutton Restaurant. First of all, the first step we have to do is to expand nationwide. This year, we will set up a mutton soup headquarters in the capital of each province in Arlongo. This is our statistical chart. In the past 6 months, we have been to almost every provincial capital. According to our flow survey, our Delane Village Mutton Restaurant is generally very popular. Basically every city hopes that we can open a mutton soup restaurant there. So our plan is to open a headquarters in each provincial capital in the second half of this year. After opening the headquarters, in order to quickly seize the national market and save capital, we started the franchise model. We require all our franchisees to use our own mutton chili and various ingredients. In addition, we require that the store must be more than 150 square meters, and we have requirements for location and hygiene. We hope that we can raise more sheep on our grassland throughout the year, and we hope to have enough sheep to support our national expansion. In addition, we plan to open a branch in every county in the country within 2 years. In first and second tier cities within 3 years, we will open at least 5 or 6 stores or even more than a dozen stores in each city. We will go public in 4 years at the latest, and we want to be the first stock of mutton soup. Liang Jianwei loves the road to going public very much. He understands the power of capital operation. Jiang Chen doesn't care whether he goes public or not. What he wants is that his farm can raise more and more sheep, and then expand his farm to cover the entire Delane Mountain. I agree. What do you need me to do now? Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Lian Jianwei clicked on a page of PPT. What we need now is publicity. According to the agreement we signed with the Delane Village Farm, the Delane Village Farm will provide us with at least 150,000 sheep every month. They will contract the entire mountain to build a farm of 150,000 acres to raise sheep for us. Now these sheep are enough for us to open an image store in each provincial capital across the country. In addition, we will open a franchise fee in each city, and this requires the boss to help us introduce it during the live broadcast. Here is a detailed request and plan for us, and the boss can promote it to fans during the live broadcast. After Lian Jianwei finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded in agreement. After agreeing to Lian Jianwei, Jiang Chen knew that Lian Jianwei had been deeply involved in the catering market for many years. So he wanted to ask Lian Jianwei to find a leader who could take on the important task of expanding Lao King Noodle House nationwide. I can help you with a woman's matter, and now I have something, and you have to help me with it. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Lian Jianwei had already closed the computer. Boss, I heard about Liu Yizhuan's situation. I'm sorry. This guy is very smart in business, but I didn't expect his character to be so bad. I'm not here to pursue responsibility. I'm now preparing to enter the Lo Mein market. I have acquired Lao King Noodle House. The noodles of Lao King Noodle House are absolutely incomparable to the Big Lo Mein. So I want to defeat him in the whole country and make him go bankrupt. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Lian Jianwei understood. I understand. You want someone who can let Lao King Noodle House to go public, right? After Lian Jianwei finished speaking, Jiang Chen didn't think so much. He just wanted to build a noodle house, which could solve his problem of not being able to sell wheat. Of course, if it could solve the wheat problem of the entire Longchen County or Lincha City, by the way, that would be the best. Yes, I want to find someone who can control the entire company. To put it bluntly, I want to find a professional manager. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Lian Jianwei thought about it and suddenly thought of someone. I have a candidate here, and that person is the CEO of Big Lo Noodles. I have met him several times. We met at the Southern Food Festival and exchanged WeChat accounts. It was this person who helped Liu Yizhuan turn the noodle shop from an unknown local shop into a national chain of low noodle giants. He is a very powerful person. Lian Jianwei said, this is exactly the person Jiang Chen wants. Is this person easy to poach? If he can poach the CEO with Big Lo Noodles, Jiang Chen can not only open Lao King Noodle Shop nationwide, but also hollow out the company of his opponent. When it comes to whether this person is easy to poach, Lian Jianwei directly flipped to his WeChat. As long as the price is high, the company has prospects, and there is support behind it. Professional managers like this are the easiest to poach. Lian Jianwei said and pushed the business card named Jiang Chen to Jiang Chen. Boss, you can add him first. Ask him for a number later, call him first to chat, and then meet in person to discuss in detail. Lian Jianwei said, and Jiang Chen directly added Jiang Chen's WeChat. After adding WeChat, it took more than 10 minutes for the other party to accept. After Jiang Chen accepted Jiang Chen's WeChat, Jiang Chen revealed his identity. Hello, I'm Jiang Chen, the boss of Lian Jianwei of Delane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant. We have a project that we want to cooperate with you. Can you leave your phone number? After Jiang Chen sent it, several minutes later, the other party replied with a number. After getting the number, Jiang Chen hurriedly dialed it. Hello, this is Jiang Chen. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Jiang Chen's tone on the other side was very cold. My time is very limited, I can only give you 3 minutes. If you want to cooperate with me, you can be brief and describe it clearly. I have to go to a meeting in 5 minutes, so I'm sorry. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Jiang Chen smiled. Since the call was connected, he would not be led by Jiang Chen. I believe you will be willing to talk to me in detail. I plan to open a noodle restaurant, a national chain. Since you are the CEO with Big Lo Noodle, you must have heard of Lao King Noodle Restaurant. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Jiang Chen's tone instantly changed when he heard Lao King Noodle Restaurant. Now Big Lo Noodle is being squeezed by several peers at the same time. It can be said that now is a critical period for the survival of Big Lo Noodles. Jiang Chen has always felt that only quality can save Big Lo Noodles. So he has been instigating the boss Liu Yizhuan to go to Lao King Noodle House to get the real braised dish recipe. But the boss failed. So he is very passive now. In addition, because the boss was involved in the scandal of Lao King Noodle House, the reputation of their Big Lo Noodles has declined across the board. He held more than a dozen meetings in a row, and after nearly 2 months of rescue efforts, there was still little improvement. Are you from Lao King Noodle House? Then why did you call me? Do you want to cooperate with us, or do you want to sell the recipe to us separately? Chapter 146 Mutton Soup Restaurant National Franchise. When it comes to cooperation or selling secret recipes, Jiang Chen shook his head. I won't cooperate with you, and I won't sell you the formula. I want you to come and cooperate with us. I know you must be very worried about the big bone noodles now. There are many competitors for big bone noodles, and there is no strong capital to support it. In addition, he has only learned the fur of Lao King Noodle House. So you want to let the big bone noodles to go public from so many old noodle houses, and the chance is slim. But if you cooperate with me, the result will be different. Apart from anything else, first I have the formula of Lao King Noodle House. Second, I have money. As long as you have the ability, I can directly invest hundreds of millions in you. Third, I have a publicity team and I have a good reputation. Only this noodle shop will never lack diners if it is branded with our Lane Village. Of course, the most important point is that this is not a family business. I can give you all the power. I will not arrange a relative to join the company. Let's run the business fairly, impartially and transparently. If you're interested, you can come to Shaanxi province to discuss in detail. I will not give you any salary that the big bone noodles will give you. At the end of the year, I will only get more than 8 no's. By the way, my time is also limited. I will have a live broadcast in Jiang the day after tomorrow. This time I will promote our mutton soup restaurant. I have 7 million fans. If you're interested, you can come and learn about it. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Jiang Chen's hands were shaking a little at this moment. He was in his 50s and was making a choice. The winners were the losers. Should he choose to continue to stay in the big bone noodles that he was once proud of, or choose a more challenging Lao King Noodle House? But there's no doubt that Lao King Noodle House is definitely the best choice he can think of. I'm going to Jiang on a business trip the day after tomorrow. We can meet and talk. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Jiang Chen nodded in agreement. As long as Jiang Chen is willing to come for a face-to-face interview, it basically means that Jiang Chen is interested. 2 days later, on the weekend, Jiang Chen came to Jiang Chen's temporary office at dawn. In the office, Jiang Chen was broadcasting a live broadcast. So Jiang Chen opened Jiang Chen's live broadcast room and waited at the door. Dear fans, welcome to my live broadcast room. Today I came to Jiang. This is my first time to Jiang after the Chinese New Year. Jiang Chen just started live broadcasting, and soon his live broadcast room was flooded with millions of fans. Now everyone is very curious, since the trial ended, why Jiang Chen has not started a live broadcast. Host, why haven't you started a live broadcast for so long? Is your personal safety threatened? Host, can you talk about the last court trial? Host, we are all very concerned about where the very beautiful King Yuan is now. Can life be properly arranged? Host, I heard that the money rewarded for the last court live broadcast was a lot. Is this true? Jiang Chen just started live broadcasting, and soon his fans in the live broadcast room asked dozens of questions. Everyone asked questions, and Jiang Chen had to answer them. So he asked me Pen to select a few questions that everyone paid more attention to, and began to answer them. Don't worry, I will answer the questions one by one. I haven't been live for so long, not because my personal safety has been threatened. On the contrary, I feel very safe in Z province, especially in Longchen County. Regarding the current life of King Yuan mentioned by fans, she lives a good life. She is an orphan in this world, and I am also an orphan, so I recognize her as my sister. She was very moved to see the spirit of our Lane Village dedicating to the desert together. So she donated the recipe of Lao King Noodle House and was willing to contribute this delicacy with us. So for the past 2 months, I have been preparing for the expansion of Lao King Noodle House. What? Some fans asked if Lao King Noodle House was for making money. It's not that money-making. The main reason we run this noodle house is to pass on the recipe that has been passed down for 7 generations of Lao King Noodle House. We also want more people to taste our most authentic Northwestern noodles. The real Northwestern noodles are not comparable to the big bone noodles that open shops everywhere after learning a little bit of thir. At the same time, all our flour comes from Z province. Although the yield of wheat per mu in our Shaanxi is not high, the noodles made from it are particularly choosy due to the abundant sunshine. So the first reason we open this noodle shop is to let everyone taste the delicious food. Secondly, it can help the people of Longchen County and even the entire Shaanxi province sell their wheat at a good price. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and soon the fans filled it with various questions. Lao King Noodle House is really authentic, and its taste is definitely the best in Shaanxi. Anger, when can you open a noodle shop in our other provinces? Anger, when will the noodle shop open? Why is there no news at all? Anger, are you going to enter the lo mein industry? There are more than a dozen chain lo mein brands in the country now, and it is not easy to do this. After a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen smiled. What do we do in Lane Village without pressure? We are human beings just like making noodles. We have to move forward despite difficulties and sail against the current. The opening of the noodle shop has not been decided yet. We have only opened 2 noodle shops in Lincha City, Liumianguan and Dichang. Now the business is very hot, and people come to eat noodles every day. In the future, we will open at least 1 branch in every city and even every county in the country. We will tell you the specific opening time at the noodle shop in various parts of the country in the live broadcast room. The good news we want to tell you today is that our Lane Village Mutton Restaurant will expand to the whole country. After Jiang Chen briefly introduced the noodle shop, he began to get to the point. Hearing that Lane Village Mutton Soup was going to expand to the whole country, the live broadcast room was soon filled with the names of various cities. Jiang Chen, who was watching the live broadcast, knew that these were all places where fans wanted Jiang Chen to open branches. Come to Sichuan Province. Come to Yunnan Province. Come to Hongxi Province. A group of fans started to name places. Obviously, Jiang Chen could not open branches in so many cities. Don't worry, everyone who comes to my live broadcast room today is blessed. In the past, I only shared delicious food with everyone, but today I also invite everyone to get rich together. Everyone knows that Lane Village Mutton Soup is very popular. I believe that everyone who comes to Dichang will queue for hours to taste a bowl of mutton soup or eat a rauhiamo. In the past, we could only open our own store, but now our Lane Village breeding farm has expanded more than 10 times this year. We have enough cattle and sheep, so I want to invite everyone to join. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and as soon as he heard that he could join the Lane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant, the news of joining soon swept across the screen. Anger, I want to join. I want to join too. Lane Village Mutton Soup is really delicious, and there are miles of queues every day. It's good enough to eat it, and you can also join, then you will definitely make a lot of money. If you can join the Lane Village Mutton Soup, it will definitely become a popular check-in place in your city. Indeed, I want to have a bowl of mutton soup and eat a rauhiamo every day. It's a pity that there are only a few mutton soup restaurants. How can we have so much time to queue up every day? Is the franchise fee expensive? It won't be sky high. How can I join the franchise? Even if the franchise fee is a little expensive, I will definitely make money. This thing brings its own traffic. I am very optimistic. After a group of fans finished speaking, seeing that everyone was so enthusiastic about joining, Jiang Chen began to introduce it to everyone. Chapter 147 Harsh Franchise Conditions. Speaking of franchising, the franchise model of Lane Village Mutton Soup is somewhat special. If you want to join the Lane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant, you must have a certain strength. All fans know that our Lane Village is famous for its quality. So if you want to join the Lane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant, you must put quality first. And how to ensure our quality? First of all, you must use our Lane Village mutton and recipe. First of all, I want to state that the purchase price of our Lane Village mutton is 300 yuan per catty. The price is very expensive, and it is expensive because all these sheep eat green grass from the Lane Village grassland. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and soon the live broadcast room was filled with the Rajas. Damn, the purchase price of mutton is 300 yuan per catty, this price is too high. With such a high price, wouldn't the profit margin be very low? No wonder the mutton soup at the Lane Mutton Soup Restaurant is so expensive. It turns out that the cost is there. Anger, how do you guarantee that the sheep that the franchise stores get from your farms are all raised on grassland grass? With such a high price, if you just put a few sheep in, you'll make a lot of money. After a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen assured everyone. Don't worry, every sheep from our Lane Village farm will have a number. These numbers will be nailed on the sheep's ears and grow up with the sheep. At that time, as long as you scan the QR code, you will know whether the sheep is from the Lane Village farm. There is also the issue of price. We require every franchise store to use our mutton, cooking methods and ingredients. In addition, we will build a head office in each province. The head office is responsible for managing all franchise stores in this province. Our head office will also deliver these mutton to each franchise store every day. We will supervise and inspect the mutton from the kitchen every day. Once we find that any franchise store dares to use other mutton privately, we will immediately cancel the cooperation with him and permanently blacklist him. He will never want to join any store in our Lane Village in the future. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, fans were familiar with Jiang Chen all know Jiang Chen's requirements for quality. I believe that as long as it is a Delane Village enterprise, it will definitely do it well. As long as we can eat authentic and safe mutton soup at our doorstep, it doesn't matter if it's a little expensive. Yes, it's a little expensive, it's worth it for us to taste the delicious Delane Village mutton soup at our doorstep. What's more, every bowl of mutton soup we drink is indirectly contributing to the greening of the desert. Support Delane Village to make more money, and then green more and more deserts, and help us protect our homes. Anger, we all know that you are doing good things, but we also want to make a little money by joining your store. The procurement cost is so high, we can't set the price too high in a small place, our profit is very low. Yes, mutton is 300 per caddy, and the price of this mutton soup must be sky high. For third and fourth tier cities like us, it's probably difficult. After a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen had already thought about the win-win situation. Don't worry, as long as you join the Delane Village Mutton Soup restaurant, you will definitely make money. It's just that the price is not as lucrative as you think. So this is also a two-way choice. You can choose us or not. Anyway, our price will not change, and our quality must be guaranteed. If you choose us, our Delane Village Mutton Soup will definitely bring you a steady stream of customers. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and the fans naturally had no doubts. The price of Michelin restaurant in Shangjing is very high, but people who eat there still have to make reservations a long time in advance. Some time ago, because Jiang Chen was maliciously falsely accused by Liu Zhuan, so many people would rather not refund the deposit and canceled the pre-order of Michelin restaurant. Michelin restaurant is a pre-order restaurant. After the cancellation, many dishes of Michelin restaurant that day rotted in the kitchen. However, the choice is two-way. After Jiang Chen got rid of Liu Zhuan's malicious slander, Michelin restaurant soon became popular again. And those who cancelled the pre-order of Michelin restaurant midway were all on the blacklist of Michelin restaurant. Being on the blacklist means that you basically can't make a reservation at Michelin restaurant. So now those who have cancelled their subscriptions are regretting it so much. So as long as it is produced in Delane Village, no matter how high the price is, there will always be people who want to eat it. Host, just tell me how to join. How much is the franchise fee? In a small place like ours, if there are several franchise stores, the business will be over. Yes, if there are several franchise stores in a small city, it will be really miserable. You must guarantee the interests of our franchise stores. And after a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen agreed to everyone. Don't worry, the rights of every franchise store will be guaranteed. We can have up to 4 franchise stores in each district of first-tier cities. There are only 2 franchise stores in each district of second-tier cities. Only 2 franchise stores are allowed in the urban areas of third-tier, fourth-tier and fifth-tier cities. 1 franchise store is allowed in some more developed county towns. In the capitals of various provinces, in addition to the image stores of the head office we have built, franchise stores are allowed in other places. We strictly control the number of franchise stores in order to improve the quality, make you profitable, and keep the taste for customers. Regarding the price, we divide it into several levels. The franchise fee in the county is low, and we charge 20,000 yuan a year. The franchise fee in the urban area is 50,000 yuan a year, and the franchise fee in the second-tier city is 70,000 yuan a year. The franchise fee in the first-tier city is 100,000 yuan a year. Although our franchise fee is not high, if you want to apply, all conditions must be met. These conditions include the location and area of the store and the integrity of the applicant. We will screen all aspects. Then choose the best to cooperate. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, many people became interested when they heard that the franchise fee was very low and this was a product with its own traffic. I want to sign up. Tell me how to sign up. Small profits but quick turnover. There are many local enterprises like ours. As long as we can capture the boss's heart, we will definitely have no worries about lack of customers. And after a group of people finished talking, Jiang Chen sent the franchise application email to the live broadcast room. Those who are interested, please send your resume and other conditions to the email, and we will select them in the shortest time. Jiang Chen briefly introduced the application format to everyone after he finished speaking. The introduction of Delane Village Mutton Soup was completed. After Jiang Chen finished his introduction, he reported to everyone the latest progress of Delane Village. After the introduction, it was almost noon when Jiang Chen entered the live broadcast. As soon as Jiang Chen entered the live broadcast, Mipan opened champagne to celebrate. Great. The peak number of online users in our live broadcast has reached 7 million again. And the franchise of Delane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant has been on the hot search just now. So our first transformation to live broadcast advertising was successful. Mi Peng said excitedly, and Jiang Chen's door rang. When Jiang Chen opened the door, he saw a middle-aged man in his 40s with an excited look on his face. Hello, Boss Jiang. I'm Jiang Chen from Big Banana Noodles. Can we talk? Jiang Chen said, and he seemed a little impatient. When watching the live broadcast just now, through Jiang Chen's promotion, he quickly discovered that Jiang Chen's fans had a high degree of recognition of the Delane Village brand. Delane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant is a very expensive restaurant. After Jiang Chen's promotion, there are countless people willing to join and eat there. The noodle restaurant he wants to open is a civilian noodle restaurant. If he can get Jiang Chen's support, wouldn't he be able to go public faster than Delane Village Mutton Soup? Chapter 148. I'm here to poach people. In the office, Jiang Chen dismissed everyone. He wanted to have a good chat with Jiang Chen. After everyone left, Jiang Chen sat opposite Jiang Chen. President Jiang, have you thought it through? Jiang Chen said as he looked at Jiang Chen, who had a long face and a high nose bridge and wore gold-rimmed glasses. Jiang Chen nodded. I have thought it through. Big Bo noodles are on the road to death. I once brought it to the peak, but I can't accompany it into the trough. I want to create a new noodle restaurant legend. So I decided to join our Lao King noodle restaurant. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Good birds choose trees to rest. You can now see the future of Big Bo Noodles, and you can also see the future of our small noodle restaurant. This shows that your vision is still very unique. My basic situation is the same as what I said on the phone. Do you have any other requirements? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, when it came to other requirements, Jiang Chen had a lot of requirements. Yes, if our Lao King Noodle House wants to go nationwide, this name will definitely not work. Now everyone recognizes the golden signboard of Delane Village. So if we want to open noodle houses across the country, my first requirement is to change the name of Lao King Noodle House to Delane Village Lamian. Lao King Noodle House is only famous in Saxi Province. Once it leaves Saxi Province, ordinary people can't be interested in this noodle house at all. When it comes to changing the name, Jiang Chen is really in a dilemma. He promised King Yuan that he would pass on the tradition of Lao King Noodle House. I promised others to open Lao King Noodle House, and we will discuss the name change later. Jiang Chen just finished speaking, and it was obvious that as a professional manager, Jiang Chen did not come unprepared. I know the story of Lao King Noodle House, and I won't make it difficult for the boss. We can call it Lao King Noodle House in Saxi Province, and Delane Village Lamian outside Saxi. If we want to become bigger and stronger outside, we can only rely on the Delane Village signboard. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded in agreement. Now that the Delane Village signboard has finally been promoted, he must use it well. In addition, if noodle shops are opened all over the country, it will indirectly advertise the brand of Delane Village. In the future, he will use Delane Village to do other things, which will save a lot of advertising fees. Okay, this can be done as you say. Do you have any other requirements? Speaking of other requirements, Jiang Chen proposed another one. We need to change the positioning of the noodle shop. Delane Village already has two high-end brands, Delane Village Mutton Soup and Michin Restaurant. Now Michin Restaurant and Michin Hotel are expanding nationwide. In addition, Delane Village Mutton Soup is also franchising nationwide. So if our noodle shop is also a high-end noodle shop, it means that we have to compete with these two hotels for raw materials. This is very disadvantageous to us. Especially for a small noodle shop like us, our main product is noodles. If the price is out of the reach of ordinary people, I am afraid that the business will not be too prosperous. Therefore, I advocate using the recipe of the King Noodle Shop, plus the unique wheat resources of Saxi Province, to create a civilian noodle shop. Jiang Chen already had a preliminary plan when he came in. All brands that are perfect basically want to go public. So if Delane Village Noodles want to quickly occupy the market, they must have a food source that does not rely on Delane Village. In this way, they can expand across the country without a shortage of raw materials, and then go public. I agree. Now Michin Restaurant is preparing to open hotels in major cities across the country. The ranch I have built now can only keep up with their expansion. So I can't provide you with additional food sources. The only thing I can do for you is to provide you with Delane Village flour. Jiang Chen and Jiang Chen reached an agreement on the raw materials. Okay, then we will rely on Delane Village's flour to build this civilian noodle restaurant. I have another request. Our noodle restaurant will not follow that franchise model. Delane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant, they can follow that franchise model because they are not afraid of others copying. As long as they control the raw materials, they can knock down all the copycats. The only advantage of our Delane Village Noodles restaurant is the recipe. So once we open a franchise store, there will definitely be someone who gets the secret recipe and immediately goes it alone. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Jiang Chen began to think. Now if you want to expand rapidly across the country, the best way is to open a franchise store. Opening a franchise store can save the cost and time of opening a store. However, these franchise stores are a double-edged sword. If they are not opened well, it will affect the brand. So if you want to do it alone, it means that the money Jiang Chen invested in the noodle shop will be a huge number. In addition, they have to choose the location and open branches by themselves, which will waste a lot of time. But the benefits are also obvious. All the income of the noodle shop will belong to them. I promise you that our old noodle shop will open its own store and not follow that franchise model. However, I have a request. Our Delane Village noodle shop must use farm-raised chickens, farm-raised sheep and farm-raised cattle in rural areas of RC province or other provinces. We must make natural and pure meat flavor. We are making food, and it can't be separated from the work delicious after all. Jiang Chen also has requirements for opening his own store. He made such request, first, to ensure the taste of the noodles. Second, if the Delane Village noodle shop opens all over the country in the future, then they can buy pigs, sheep and cattle raised by farmers all over the country, which will greatly promote the income of the people. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and said that buying chickens, ducks, and geese from ordinary people as raw materials would be a lot of trouble. But at least it could ensure the competitiveness of the taste of Delane Village noodles. So Jiang Chen quickly agreed. After the two sides reached an agreement, Jiang Chen and Jiang Chen signed an agreement. In the agreement, Jiang Chen appointed Jiang Chen as the executive president of Delane Village Noodle Restaurant Group. After the agreement was signed, Jiang Chen handed over the 3 noodle restaurants in Delane Village to Jiang Chen. At the same time, Jiang Chen directly announced the news that Jiang Chen, the former executive president of Big Bone Noodle, had joined the Delane Village Noodle Restaurant. After the news of Jiang Chen joining the Delane Village Noodle Restaurant came out, the entire Wishuan food group was in an uproar soon. After Wishuan knew about this, he was so angry that he almost died. Too despicable, he dared to steal my people. This Jiang Chen, I value him so much, but he dared to betray me. I will never let him go, I will never let him go. Liu Yizhuan gritted his teeth and shouted, and immediately instructed the legal department to file a lawsuit against Liu Yizhuan. After the Ministry of Justice filed a lawsuit with the Dichen court, Jiang Chen didn't even bother to hire a lawyer. He directly agreed to pay a penalty of 3 million. Of course, this 3 million penalty was paid by Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen signed a 4-year contract with Big Bone Noodles, with an annual salary of 430,000 and a penalty of 3 million. Jiang Chen couldn't wait for 4 years. After Jiang Chen paid the penalty, a battle between Delane Village Noodles and Big Bone Noodles officially started. In order to expand, Jiang Chen directly applied for a 300 million secured loan from Jiang Chen. With this cash, he followed the same method and began to select 2 Delane Village Noodles restaurants in every city where Big Bone Noodles was located. 21 cities, 43 noodle restaurants, nearly twice as many as Big Bone Noodles. Chapter 149. Hugged together for a warm July, the noodle shops were expanding for a whole month. By August, all 43 noodle shops were renovated. When the noodle shops were renovated, the war between Delane Village Noodle Shop and Big Bone Noodle Shop had entered the final showdown stage. In the morning, Jiang Chen came to Qingken, 11O province early. Qingken is the most famous place for noodle shops in the northwest, and it is also the location of the headquarters of Big Bone Noodle Shop. When Big Bone Noodle Shop came out of Shaanxi, the first store was opened in 11O province. This time, Jiang Chen's Delane Village Noodle Shop was also built here, and Jiang Chen's Noodle Shop was built diagonally opposite Big Bone Noodle Shop. In the morning, as soon as the sun came out, Liu Yizhuan came to the door of Jiang Chen's Noodle Shop. Today's the day for the national opening of Delane Village Noodle Shop, and Jiang Chen chose to hold the national opening ceremony at this noodle shop in Qingken. Jiang Chen, do you think you can beat me if you open a shop opposite me? Jiang Chen had just prepared for the live broadcast when he saw the aggressive Liu Yizhuan. After Liu Yizhuan finished speaking, he came in, took a stool and sat down. Can't beat you. Haha, just wait and see. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Liu Yizhuan looked up at the price list on the noodle shop, and a disdainful expression appeared on his face. I know I may have offended you in Z province, but I gave you a chance. Until today, I want to give you a chance. Don't think that noodle shops are easy to run, don't let Jiang Chen fool you casually. This thing is very expensive, and it is easy to lose everything. I have opened so many stores in the past 10 years, have you ever seen me really make money? This market is saturated, let go. After Liu Zhuan finished speaking, he had put all his wealth into the noodle shop. So he didn't want Jiang Chen to wade into this muddy water. Otherwise, this street is so big, and there are so many tourists. If there's one more person, they will get less. Did you come here today just to tell me these things? Now that you've finished, you can go back and wait for death. If you know what's good for you, close the shop now and leave, and you can pay less. Jiang Chen had already promised King Yuan and King Pu that he would not stop unless he could bring down the big bone noodles today. Then wait and see. If you don't accept that toast, you will have to drink the penalty wine. Today I am not here to talk to you on behalf of the big bone noodles, I'm here to talk to you on behalf of all the noodle shops on Shiqin Street. If you don't know what's good for you, then you can only pay and leave. Liu Zhuan said, then turned around and left. Sure enough, after Liu Zhuan left, more than a dozen people soon walked into the big bone noodle shop. How did the talk go? The key is that we have a fixed number of tourists in Shiqin Street, and there are more than 20 noodle shops. If he comes to interfere again, we are doomed to have someone out. Now we have finally formed a harmonious development situation, and everyone can make money. You see, he has occupied nearly 200 square meters as soon as he came. If his shop is full of people, what will we eat in other noodle shops? After a group of people sat down, a bearded man looked at the group and said, "That's right, the world's noodles look to Shaoxing noodles look to King Ken, and King Ken noodles look to our Shiqin Street. If his old noodle shop sets up a camp here, won't it eat us all step by step? We can't let him be so arrogant. When will our King Ken noodles let the people of Shixi take charge?" After the owners of more than a dozen shops finished speaking, Liu Zhuan smiled. Originally, Liu Zhuan didn't get along with these people because Liu Zhuan was also an outsider. But since Jiang Chen came, there were new enemies. Soon Liu Zhuan formed the same camp with other noodle shops on Shiqin Street. Moreover, Liu Zhuan also publicized Jiang Chen's ambition everywhere, so this quickly caused a sense of crisis among others. Yes, we can't let Delane Village Noodles take charge of Shiqin Street. We must unite to drive it away. If we can't drive Delane Village Noodles away, then you will leave today, the day after tomorrow, and me the day after tomorrow. Liu Zhuan slapped the table and said, and everyone nodded. Among these dozen people, many of them are franchise stores. However, their franchise stores are franchised to the head office, and they are just self-employed. Whether it is competing in capital or connections, they're inferior to one. We don't have that guy. If we have money, he can advertise everywhere. We're afraid we can't beat him. After the black-bearded boss finished speaking, Liu Zhuan narrowed his eyes. What are you afraid of? If he accompanies us for several months, I don't believe we can hold on. From now on, our common enemy is the Delane Village Noodle House. From now on, let's unite and engage in a price war with him. We want all the tourists to come to our store. As long as we keep the people who eat noodles, he will have no business and he will naturally leave. It's okay to engage in a price war, but the key is that we have to agree. We must be unified. Our boss Liu is the largest business. Boss Liu, you take the lead. After we squeeze him out, we will also set up an association and unite to make money together. I think it's okay, why don't we set up an association now? Let's call it the West King Street Catering Association. There are just enough tourists now, and each of our stores can be full. When his 200 square meters come, each of our stores will have at least 10% fewer customers. West King Street is a tourist scenic street, and it is also the most famous food street in the entire King Ken. Land is very expensive here, and most food restaurants and noodle shops are only 30 to 40 square meters or 50 to 60 square meters. For a superstore like Jiang Chen that has expanded to 200 square meters, only the giant Big Bone Lo Mein can compete with him. I think it's okay. Let's elect Boss Liu as the chairman. We must unite and get rid of a store. After a group of bosses finished speaking, Liu Zhuan nodded in agreement. He knew he was not as good as Jiang Chen if he wanted to fight with him alone. However, if he could get the noodle shops on the whole street to fight with Jiang Chen, then it would be difficult for Delane Village Lo Mein to make money under the pressure of huge rent. Let's teach him a lesson today. Liu Zhuan said and took unified action with everyone. Before lunchtime, Shiqin Street was already full of tourists. Tourists from all over the country flocked to the popular Shiqin Street from various tourist attractions in King Ken. While everyone was shopping and eating, Jiang Chen started a live broadcast. For this live broadcast, he brought his entire live broadcast team. Hello everyone, welcome to my live broadcast room. After opening the live broadcast, Jiang Chen greeted everyone. Jiang Chen now has a lot of fans, they have a special forum and fan club, etc. Many days ago, the live broadcast team responsible for maintaining Jiang Chen's fans had already told everyone in advance that Jiang Chen would start live broadcasting. So as soon as Jiang Chen started live broadcasting, his live broadcast room quickly attracted more than 100,000 fans. Host, I heard in the group yesterday that there will be a big benefit today. What is the benefit? Host, you're broadcasting less and less now. It used to take less than a few days to broadcast once, but now it basically takes 1 or 2 months to broadcast once. Yes, is it because you are not short of money, so you don't do live broadcasting anymore? After a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen hurriedly explained to everyone. After all, Jiang Chen still relies heavily on live broadcasting to make a lot of money. No, I can't stop live streaming just because I have money. I've been too busy with various things in the past month or two. In the past 2 months, I have been busy with a ranch in the Delane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant. Last time, I talked about the franchise of the Delane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant, but I never expected that there would be so many resumes. We hired several specialized consulting companies to work day and night for a month to process the data. Chapter 150. The bad guys get their comeback. Jiang Chen was right. He originally thought that not many people would be willing to join the Delane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant when the interest margin was very small. But he never expected that everyone would recognize the products of Delane Village so much. In just 1 week, Delane Village received nearly 200,000 applications. Now it is difficult for everyone to do business, and many snack bars go bankrupt after opening for a short time. If there's a mutton soup restaurant that can break even and make money, who would not be willing to join? By the way, when will the Delane Village Mutton Soup Restaurant be able to open nationwide? I have always heard that we are going to open a store here. It has been almost 2 months, but it has not been opened. Can the anchor give me some exact information? After a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen thought about it and revealed the latest news to everyone. We have reached the final step of signing the contract. We are currently planning to open mutton soup restaurants in 47 economically developed cities. After the signing is completed, all our stores will be renovated and all chefs will be able to open after training. So don't worry, it will take at most another month for everyone to taste our Delane Village mutton soup. After Jiang Chen introduced the Delane Village mutton soup to everyone, many tourists at the door of the store recognized Jiang Chen. Wow, is this Jiang Chen from Delane Village live streaming? It's him. How did he come to King Keng? Look, this noodle restaurant is called Delane Village Lao Noodle Restaurant. Is it an industry of Delane Village? A group of fans at the door greeted Jiang Chen, and soon Mi Pen pointed the camera outside the door. Thank you for the enthusiasm of the fans. I am now on Shikin Street in King Keng. The purpose of my live broadcast today is to tell everyone that our own noodle restaurant in Delane Village has been established. As everyone knows, we had a lawsuit with Lao King Noodle Restaurant some time ago. I believe everyone has watched the process of the lawsuit on the cloud court. After the trial, I said that something must be done. Kim Zhuang was punished, but some people are still at large. They are shameless and want to occupy the magpie's nest. Today, I will represent Lao King Noodle Restaurant to fight them. Look behind me, the name of this noodle restaurant is Delane Village Noodle Restaurant. We have 43 noodle restaurants across the country, and today our 43 noodle restaurants are fully opened. And I want to tell you that as long as the noodle restaurant opened by the morally corrupt person, there must be a Delane Village Noodle Restaurant next to it. We just want to let everyone know what the real Lao King Noodle Restaurant tastes like. We also let everyone know that traitors will eventually be punished. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of fans soon filled the garage. No wonder I found the Delane Village Noodle Restaurant suddenly opened here. It turned out to be the host's revenge noodle restaurant. Host, the lawyer said that someone dropped King Yaon that day. Is this true? Kim Yaon is really beautiful. It's really hard to imagine how he was abused by the boss of the Big Bo Noodle Restaurant. Host, do you have any evidence? After a group of fans finished talking, Jiang Chen saw the new banner at the door of the Big Bo Noodle Restaurant across the street. From now on, all noodles will be 20% off for the Big Bo Noodle Restaurant's anniversary. In addition to the huge sign, they also invited many young and beautiful girls to dance at the door to attract people. I never lie to people. It just so happens that today is the opening day. Such a good day, I should also give them a little gift. Then I will show you a video. By the way, we have hired a lawyer to prepare to sue them. Today I will send the evidence to everyone in advance, so that everyone can witness it together. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Mi Pen played a surveillance video in the live broadcast room. This surveillance video is exactly the surveillance video that Jiang Chen took in the private room of Lao King Noodle House in Linsha City. These videos still have sound, and Jiang Chen deliberately intercepted the part where they harassed King Yan. At the same time, he also deliberately enlarged the video of Boss Zhao drugging a little girl. Looking at the way Liu Yizhuan and several bosses wantonly bullied a little girl, a group of netizens were angry. Fuck, what's the difference between these people and the devils? The damn capitalists are too bad. Do they still treat the lower class as human beings? Look, in public, they pulled and tugged at the waiter like this, and even drugged her. Fuck, this is what Liu Yizhuan strongly denied at the time, that he didn't have any intention of hitting on King Yan. Do you still go to the big bone low mean? Do you still support such a boss? Fuck, boycott him. After a group of fans finished speaking, Jiang Chen turned off the video. After turning off the video, Jiang Chen looked at the low mean restaurant opposite. I hope everyone will not support such a noodle shop that does evil. In terms of conscience, I hope everyone can support more conscientious enterprises. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and soon a police car drove onto the street. The police car stopped at the door of the Big Bone Noodle House. After several policemen got off the police car, people at the door of the Big Bone Noodle House surrounded it in circles. In less than a few minutes, the police walked into the Big Bone Noodle House, pressed Liu Yizhuan and pushed him into the police car. Jiang Chen witnessed the whole process. Liu Yizhuan was arrested. It's really a relief. Anger, what about Boss Zhao and his people? Those who drugged him can't let him get away. If you hit the snake at its weakest point, it won't be long before the person is arrested and will come out. Only when they become truly poor, they can stop committing sins. Netizens from all over the country stand up. We want to let them know the consequences of bullying good people. From now on, we will never go to Big Bone Noodle House. We will never eat anything from any company that has acquired Boss Zhao's wheat. Yes, start the hot search. The righteous path of the world is vicissitudes, and we are the light of the world. We must let the sword of justice pierce the hearts of every capitalist. And after a group of fans finished speaking, at this moment, as Jiang Chen played the video of the boss of the Bone Noodle bully in King Yan, it was exposed. Soon this video was reposted by various media and became a hot search. In the hot search, keywords such as boycott Big Bone Noodle, Jiang Chen, the flower protector, and resolutely boycott the black-hearted Boss Zhao quickly occupied the top few hot searches. After this hot search, at this moment, the Lincha City police also began to take action. They began to arrest and question Boss Zhao and others. At the same time, those companies that had just signed wheat purchase agreements with Boss Zhao and others also broke the contract one after another. So one flour mill, bakery, and noodle shop after another issued an agreement to cancel the purchase of wheat from Boss Zhao and others. After these agreements were issued, Boss Zhao, who had just been arrested, and other wheat suppliers in Lincha City were almost scared out of their wits. They did not buy wheat in cash, but many ordinary people's wheat was written in IOUs. If everyone doesn't want their wheat, then they will lose a lot of money. You know, who among them doesn't have hundreds of thousands of kilograms of wheat? When Boss Zhao and others were regretting their actions, the Big Bone Noodles also exploded instantly. Liu Yizhuan, the boss of the Big Bone Noodles who had just become the president, saw his customers running out of his noodle shop the moment he was taken away. When he saw Jiang Chen who was broadcasting live, he understood everything. It's over, it's completely over. After Liu Yizhuan was taken away, the peak time for eating arrived soon. A large number of fans poured into the Lane Village Noodle House. When they found that the price of the Lane Village Noodle House was only a little higher than that of ordinary noodle shops, everyone was excited. Wow, this should be the cheapest snack produced in Lane Village. This portion of pork ribs noodles only costs 25 yuan. Now a portion of Lane Village mutton soup costs more than 100 yuan. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.